Welcome to episode 3 of Dark Underworld. Real quickly, let's go to a summary of what happened in the last episode. So, our players went over to an entertainment district called the Insomnia District, where they were running an errand for Shay's boss. And while they were at the Rusty Wrench, buying some stuff, well, now the least Rusty Wrench, they heard some blaster shots, and apparently the Black Sun had attacked a cantina owned by the Hutts. Well, the players saw a wonderful opportunity to pickpocket some credits and to steal from the Hutts' safe without managing to trigger any alarms. They delivered the stuff to Shay's boss and then went to go see George at the archive to ask him some more questions about the book and the artifact, where they discovered some more secrets. About that time, though, a strange black armored individual disappeared, and reappeared. And Mott was a little spooked, so he was like, yeah, let's go. And they went out the back door. They were followed by this individual until finally confronting the players. And it turned out to be an old friend of Mott's, now seemingly turned enemy. And then they ended up, in Shay's apartment, where they discussed their next plan of action. And that's where we're at today. So at the end of last session, we rolled obligation. It turned up 80. Nobody's obligation triggered. Okay, so also we're gonna go over the XP spent summary real quick, and I can do it since we wrote down it as notes this time. Shay bought rank 3 in mechanics. Ragro bought the skill Heroic Fortitude. Jeff bought I don't know why I said Jeff. Keenan, I wrote it funny there. Keenan bought the Pirate Talent Tree, and Mott bought 3 talents: Quick Draw, Rapid Reaction, and Quick Strike on the Scoundrel Tree.
Very nice.
So,
and I won't remember what any of those do.
Exactly.
You might want to go ahead and read over them while we're doing this intro. This session is powered by RPG Sessions. It's the only virtual tabletop made specifically for Star Wars and Genesys narrative RPGs. Sign up for free today at rpgsessions.com using the link in the description. Also, Patreon council members Asachman, Nathan Gervais, and Logan Williams, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot. You help us with some of our ongoing costs. But now, players, it's time to roll Destiny tokens.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have
Thank
3
goodness.
light side and 3 dark side. At the end of last session, y'all were talking about maybe trying to get an audience with the Red Fang to maybe discover where the missing page is.
We were trying to see if we should reach out to some of my contacts so that we could go through someone they haven't met yet, and seeing if you guys were okay with that.
Yes. Since the rest of us have some kind of ill repute with the pirates
Yeah,
right
they
now.
all know your faces and know you.
Yeah, they don't like us.
I mean, they want what I got.
The only thing they know of me is I fixed some of their guns for them once, so maybe they'll like me. I didn't do a great job on them, but they don't know that. They shot at us before they didn't know, so they might not mind me. And I do have some backup I can call in because I'm not doing this by myself. Plus, you guys got to be close enough that if I'm like, help, you got to be there.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Is there a reason why we're not just gonna go in and like blow up the base or something? I mean, we know they have a bunch of weapons there. We just have to find where they keep them.
You're not the one taking the brunt
Yeah.
of their force. That would
We're a
be
little
me.
outnumbered.
And we
So
saw what happened
I'm
last
talking-
time.
I hear you, big guy, but like, what if we go quietly?
Are you able
Like-
to do quiet?
Yeah,
What?
I'm pretty quiet.
Mott, I'm listening.
Yeah, see?
Okay, think about this. So, whenever you move, you go brrrr, and if you don't, when you walk, you go okay? And that's just without you talking. And
I'm a
then we
pretty
have
stealthy guy. I
Ragro,
could go into
who
like.
isn't subtle at all, can't hide behind most things, and when he walks, he goes duh, 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 duh. No offense to you guys.
No,
but
no,
No, it's a
take-
pretty accurate assessment.
yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see you guys as being the most stealthy people.
I just
Okay.
watch. Hold on. I'm real stealthy. I can like get in and out without anyone telling.
There's also another idea of both. You guys could try to do stealth while I'm distracting them, meeting them cordially. If one fails, the other works, and they don't know we're working together.
So
Well, they kinda do.
My only concern is they've shot at us as like a group already.
But
And
I
you-
did
you
yell
know,
at the
you-
beginning that I had nothing to do with you guys, and they don't know that we, are dealing together now.
Yeah, but they watched us run off together.
I couldn't walk on my own. That wasn't my fault.
Yeah, oh no, I'm not saying that wasn't your. There's no
Yeah.
blame. No blame.
I'm just saying we could try it. There's also like the group I
Maybe-
worked with might know a way to hide what I look like.
Yeah, maybe there's a way we could mask our identities a little bit. Maybe Shay and possibly even myself, we enter, and maybe Mott, you and Ragro can set up some kind of distraction in case we need to leave in a hurry.
Shay, do a easy knowledge underworld check. To all you GMs out there, this is a really easy way to like maybe be able to tell your characters they know something or to give a suggestion.
One success to advantage.
Yes.
So,
I'm sorry, only one
what Keenan just
success?
said made you think about there are such things as disguise kits.
Like I said, I know a couple people. Let me reach out. I don't even know if I can get a hold of them. I haven't in a long time. So let me see if I can get a little backup for us. They know things and know how to do things in this regard better than I do.
Okay.
And even if they can't like come help us, maybe one or two of them can, but even if they can't, they can give us some ideas if I can get a hold of them.
I'm just trying to make sure you don't get yourself shot. That's it.
No,
yeah.
I personally thank you.
And maybe that's a good reason why one of us should go with you, Shay. Just
Yeah.
just
I'd
another
be fine with
person
that.
there.
We could use disguise kits. We could make ourselves look different. They may not know who we are, and then if the other two wanted to stealth while we were doing that, we'd be a good distraction.
Would I have to change my clothes?
Hey,
Yes.
actually, that's a good point.
You're a little
I got
flashy.
a question. We're looking for this guy who works for the Red whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Red Fang. Yes.
Yeah. What are the odds that like they go to a bar or cantina and like just kind of chill there and like a bunch of their like low-level thug-like guys like all hang out and you guys then could like go commingle with them or whatever and I don't know, like pick up some intel or something. Like, hey, does any of you guys read? Do any of you know how to read? You know, like simple stuff like that.
That's an idea, Mott.
I mean, we could
Shay,
test the
do you-
disguises that
do
way.
you,
Before going in, we could test the disguises by going into like, I don't know, a bar or something that a lot of them hang out about and use that to get intel before we go in. And if our disguises work, great. And if they don't, we'll know before we're surrounded.
I mean,
If-
not
if-
for nothing, but what if we don't even have to go into their base? Like, what if it's just a matter of, oh yeah, Bob from accounting likes to read books, and we find out Bob from accounting is the one who has it, and he's got like a small loft on the upper side of like, the district.
Then we try that first. I
Yeah,
think
we
that's a
kill
good
him,
idea.
take the book, and leave, or the page.
Do we have
If
to, I
the
guess-
huts have their own cantina, then I'm assuming all the other factions down here have a place where they congregate.
they'll be known for a certain area.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, all right.
first,
Does that seem good? You guys,
I think that's
you
a good
people
idea.
look normal.
I think that's a solid idea, Mott.
let me make a phone call.
I'll say this is still like the night before kind of thing. So like,
Yeah.
this is kind of like probably head out in the morning. That's what I'm imagining.
I go into my little section of the house and I'm just like, go away, and like push them to the other
Yep.
side. And I'm trying to reach out to my friends. I haven't tried to reach out to them since we've gotten here. So
Friends?
they're friends.
Friends?
Yeah.
Let's see, how do
Sure.
I want to play
They're
this?
the closest thing
Let's
Shay has
see.
to friends.
Okay.
Do you so you know these NPCs? Do you think that they would keep the same comlink number for however long it's been, or do you think they would have swapped them out by now?
For the one for like their home base, like back on that like Outer Rim planet, yes. For like individual ones, no. So she'd be
Okay, your
calling
comlink
like,
definitely can't reach the outer rim planet.
so is there like a way to, I don't know, how would she contact like their base if she wanted to?
I'm sure that there's probably like some place nearby that is for like long range communication relay
Then
that you
she'd
can
need
make
to go
like long
there.
range calls. Assuming like the
only
place
one-
you're trying to call, like assuming that planet has the
To
line set up to
be
reach it.
fair, there's one of them that might not have changed his. Yeah, Velu. He might not have. She'll try it.
I'm gonna
Let her
say
try.
you try to ring each of their individual comm links and nobody picks up. But you
Okay.
do know of a nearby like communication center that you could try to ring them.
Okay, then she's like, I've got to make a run. Anyone want to go with me on an adventure to make a call?
I mean, yeah,
I can.
I'm not doing nothing else.
Then that way, if we run into anyone, I don't get jumped.
I guess I'll follow everyone's lead then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, we need you, big gang.
It's maybe like a 25-minute walk, kind of like one area, kind of closer to the. Does that thing have like an official name, like the big pipe thing that goes through Coruscant that people fly down. Like, I tried looking for its official name and I could not find anything.
Call it the tube.
The big pipe thing.
The hole. I guess the hole. It'll be henceforth referred to as the hole.
The
One and
hole.
only. The hole.
Even if it's
So it's
not
a little
that
bit closer
actually
to the
what it is.
hole.
Okay. I don't know if that's a great idea, but okay.
It's about a 25-minute walk. You finally you walk inside, no trouble that you can tell up to this point. And it costs like varying prices depending on how long of a range you're trying to call. So if you're
It's a
trying to reach the
long
outer
range.
rim, it's going to be like 200 credits.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Extra international.
Wait, hold on. How much you paying?
You don't. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's coming out of my money, not our money. Don't worry.
All right, but like, I mean, okay, whatever.
It's worth it. It'll be worth it. I promise.
Yeah, I just
Honestly,
did
just for my own peace of mind, it would be worth it. So
You ring and it kind of rings for maybe like 30 seconds and you kind of get worried that it's not going to go through. And all of a sudden you hear a hello. And then kind of in the background, you hear a,
Hey, who is that? Buddy,
Yeah.
Gavnum, who you talking to?
Gav,
I don't
is that
know
you?
yet. And then like, and you kind of hear like a grunt, like, oh,
Hello, who is this?
I'm guessing this is Aura. Yeah.
Ashty. Who's this?
Oh, hi. It's Shay. Did you guys get out okay?
Shay! Oh my gosh, it's been so long. How are you doing, girl?
I'm doing okay. You guys got out okay, right?
Oh yeah, you know us. We're fine.
Okay, good. I got a little stuck. I made a couple acquaintances. I need y'all's expertise.
oh, you have a job for us.
A job is
Where you at,
a
hun?
stretch. Coruscant.
Coruscant. So fancy. Shay's on Coruscant. I guess she never left.
Can I talk to Gav?
Oh, sure, hun.
And you kind of, you hear the ruffling of the phone. Hey, Shay, what's up?
Hey, okay, so it's not exactly a job. I could possibly get you guys something out of it. There would definitely be intel. I need help with pirates.
I mean, that is what we're good at.
Yeah, I know. That's why I called you guys. I can't like handle this myself, and they know my acquaintances, and so not in a positive way of knowing someone. Anyway, you guys want to come over here and help me out? There would probably be something in it for you, if not just weapons. I mean, you probably got nothing better to do right now.
And you kind of hear like the background chatter of like,
Oh, Shay needs help. Of course we're gonna help her.
he's like, a trip to Coruscant. I mean, it does sound fun. Oh my gosh, it sounds so fun. Fine, I guess we're coming.
Yes.
Okay, it's like a 2-week trip. So
Oh gosh.
we'll be there in a while.
Okay.
Where can we find you?
She says what like level
Like
and
coordinates.
like the district that she's in, pretty much that her like her apartment's in, and she's like just
Or just what's your comlink number? We'll reach that floor. We'll give you a call.
yeah, and she gives that to them. Tell Ashy to bring her kit.
Sounds good.
We may need to look a little different, you know. But other than that, I don't have much warning. Just let me know when you're here.
Will do.
Thanks, guys.
So, do you actually want to like wait in game 2 weeks before doing anything?
She's
Or do
gonna
you-
talk to the crew and ask them.
Okay.
I can explain who I just called, but let's
Yes, who are these friends, Shay?
not
You
here.
seem real, what's the word I'm looking for? Polite? Nice? I don't know, kind to these people?
They kept me from dying, and I kept them from dying, so it makes us friends, I guess.
I mean, I've kept you from dying, kind of.
Does that make us
Kinda.
friends?
Ragnar, I'd call you a friend.
That's good enough for me.
Let's
I see how it is.
let's
She didn't
start
say anything
walking.
to us, Mott.
Just,
No,
just
she
start
didn't.
walking. She
Don't-
starts walking,
don't
like
start
getting
walking
you
back
guys
to
to
the apartment,
follow her. Yeah, towards the apartment. She's just like, I just don't want to be in one place talking about this so that people can't overhear. So these people do jobs that they get paid for that a lot of other people don't want to deal with, and they have sets of skills that are very helpful for these jobs.
So mercenaries.
Yeah. They're how I even got to this planet in the first place. Our last gig kind of didn't go the way it was supposed to. They got out, but I got stuck. But that's kind of how it works as mercenaries. But none of us died, so we were happy with it. They would be really helpful for this, and they don't like pirates much anyways, so they'd be willing to help, and probably not for much compensation because they owe me.
I mean, they're flying
how so?
2 weeks over here. That's a lot of money they're spending to get here.
They have their own ship. They know
Yeah.
that there's It's lucrative here. Plus, honestly, I think they just want to get off the boony planet that we live on.
That's too much time, Shay. Can they get here any sooner?
You know how far away it is.
Shay, we're looking for a guy who's got a piece of paper who could throw it out at any time.
We can try to do it without them, and then once they get here, they might be able to give us backup if we get into something hairy.
Sure, I don't mind that, but like, I mean, I could find the page easily in 24 hours for 48 hours.
I think you're underestimating these pirates a bit.
I think you're underestimating the value of Ragro.
Okay, so
I think I'm misunderstanding the conversation here.
first, let's see if we can figure out how to use a disguise kit. I've never tried, but we could at least try and see how we look.
I'll say your two advantages is that you've seen other people do it a handful of times, and you feel relatively confident you could do it for your first time.
And then we could go into the bar, me and Keenan, and see where that goes. And then from there, we can make a decision on what we do. Step
Yeah,
by
I think
step.
that's a good call. That
Okay.
seems like a good call to me.
I agree.
I have to
Let's do
bring
it.
out my inner Ashy. I don't know if I can do that. She's a bit much.
I believe you.
Okay.
Well, we need to find where where the Red Fang like to hang out.
Do I know that?
I mean, you did work for them.
It's true. Ooh, I could just ask Kadak.
We could possibly like take a day or so and just kind of do some wandering
Let's-
and talking and
While we're wandering about, is there anywhere to buy a
Sightseeing.
disguise kit nearby?
Oh, didn't we want to buy things?
Oh, that's right. I had ideas for you guys for upgrades for your weapons.
yeah.
To be fair, I need to look at
Upgrades.
your weapons to do that. Let's go to the entertainment district. On our way there, I'm looking at your weapons to see what I can do to upgrade you. And you, she looks at Mott, we're getting you a pistol.
I'm sorry, what?
We're getting you a pistol. So you have
No,
more
I
than
use-
Explodey and Bola.
I use Ebola and I use grenades. They work very
I mean-
well. I've never had a problem.
I have one right here. I pull it out, but he doesn't like it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If Ragro isn't right next to you, you might die.
Well, that's why I have frag grenades and Ebolas.
Yes, but if you use a frag grenade on a person standing next to you, you get frag grenaded.
Well, yeah, you use Ebola. That's why you've watched me use it. You've watched me
He's
kill
pretty
a man
good with
it.
Ebola.
I think he's overestimating his own skills.
I mean,
I mean,
can
he's
you kill a man
pretty
with
good
Ebola?
I can kill a man with a fusion cutter,
Well, yeah. So see,
but it has a
All right.
sharp blade that cuts through metal.
Okay,
but
okay,
you-
all right.
I mean-
let's make our way to the entertainment district, please. Let's just
Yeah.
the more we sit
So
here and argue about
yeah.
fusion cutters and blaster pistols and bolas, we are just wasting time.
You're not
So
wrong.
the next day, y'all get up, get ready, and you head towards the entertainment district. A little bit of a meta thing, like out of game or out of character for Ragro. Ragro doesn't know this is happening. Add a threat to every check you make.
Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks for that. Yeah,
Wow.
that's cool.
You also had a nightmare last night
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
buddy.
about a very
Is-
traumatizing memory that you have.
Did he whimper and run in place?
thanks.
I'm happy you got it. Okay. Last night, looking at your weapons, Ragro, your axe. I've never really worked with an axe like that before. Usually I'm more of a blaster and gun kind of person. But the things that I can do, I can either make it more weighted on the head. It'll do a little more damage, you know? Or I can make the sharp part serrated. And then that way it would be, for lack of a better word, a little more vicious. You know, the ripping and the
a little
tearing and the...
more vicious. Yeah. I always thought it was a little bit light. So
Yeah.
if we want to make it a little more heavy, that sounds pretty good.
All
I'm
right,
good
I
with
can
that.
find the stuff for that. And
Okay.
Keenan, for your blaster, we can either do an actuating model, which would increase your damage, or we could do a banthazai, which is like a laser sight, makes it a lot more accurate.
Well, many times in this game, accuracy is very important. But
Sorry,
I'm a
game?
Game? What?
the game
Yes.
of life.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes, you're right. Yep.
Yes.
My mistake.
You don't
What
think
game
life
were
is a
you
game?
think I was talking about?
That's
We're
why.
not
That's
playing
why I was
Sabak.
clarifying.
No sabak up in
Anyways,
here.
Shay, let's go with the improved accuracy on that.
Accuracy. Got it. Okay. Mott, we can figure out what to do with you. I can't really upgrade your weapons at all. I mean, I could make your grenades sticky, but my best guess was giving you a pistol just in case. You don't have to use it. It's just in case you get separated or last resort, or even if Ragro gets hurt and you need to protect Ragro.
Yeah, Shay, I appreciate the effort. I'm not using a pistol.
Okay.
I know it's not a you thing, honey. It's a me thing. I don't touch them anymore. That's a personal.
Maybe we can look at some
matter.
armor for you or something like that.
Yeah, heck, I'd be fine with that. You want to put some like leather straps on or something like that's fine. Like
You don't have enough straps? You got like 6 on your belts.
Yeah, I mean, I like leather.
Okay, so how about we y'all eventually, when y'all buy something for him, y'all can get him some like padded armor, so it'll just increase his soak by 2.
It's
Or
the
is
same,
maybe
I think.
is there something that like makes my aim better or something like that? Like that would be useful.
Only
I
if you were
mean,
on
if
a
you had a
weapon, but I
weapon.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
aim.
two weapons.
I can't make a bola have a sight on it.
Whoa. I mean, what
Sorry.
about like I don't know, like goggles or something?
That's my look. You can't steal my look.
I mean, I want like a monocle. I don't know. I'm not picky.
I don't know that that's a very specific object we'd have to look for.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like whatever's good.
We'll keep an eye out for it. The easiest thing I know I can find is like padded armor because that's what I wear.
Well, how about this? Y'all head to the entertainment district while y'all are discussing all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's 8 credits to travel there. Okay, so y'all go back to the entertainment district, and when you arrive, things seem to be bustling and moving. And as you kind of walk down the street, the glowworm even has like new staff, new musicians, people inside, and cleaned up. Like it looks like
Bounce
nothing
back
happened.
real fast.
As you are looking for this stuff, you find a shop called Neon Edge Armaments. It's quite big. It's the biggest weapons shop on the district street. All 4 of you walk inside, and all sorts of legal weapons line the walls behind glass cases. It's even like goes 3 stories up.
Yes, we have a list, don't we? And
Yes,
Keenan
yes.
kind of stands up and straightens his robe, and he just kind of looks at everybody, and then he just looks kind of off in the distance, looking for the shop owner too, and say, "Watch and learn."
So there's one guy who Pantoran male, kind of has like bald on top, hair wrapped around the back. He's a little shorter and stouter. He's wearing an orange shirt that has a little name tag on it. His name is Garg.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start moving directly towards him.
I'm
Sure.
following so I can be the list.
He notices you walking towards, and he like walks up, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going? What can I get for you?"
I am here looking for a few attachments, and I kind of snap my fingers and have Shay produce a list.
Yeah. We need an augmented spin barrel, bantha eye. We need a weighted head for a vibra axe. I think that'll do.
And we were told that you have all these items here, correct?
We got just about everything you could want. So,
of
and he
course
kind
you
of
do,
like
of course
he
you do.
touches his name tag and like repeats all the items into it. And one of my associates will be here shortly to help you out.
The quicker the better, please. Thank you very much.
It takes maybe about 5 minutes. The droid, it was almost like a pit droid, but a little bit. It looks like it's been modified, so it has a little bit of a bigger body, but it's still a pit droid head. It kind of produces on a tray all the items that you were looking for, and it actually has a
That
voice module
was
instead of just
way too long.
instead of like the beeping sound. It actually is like, "Here are all the items you requested.
Yes,
Here are all
yes,
the
that
items
was
you
way
requested.
too long. This was
Here are all
way
the
too
items
long.
you requested.
I said this
Please
was
take your
way
items
too long.
from the tray. Please take your items
them
from
up.
the tray."
And
Please
I
take
start
your items
grabbing the
from the
items from the tray.
That was a very insistent droid.
Let's go to the checkout area.
Garg, how much for all this? With the discount of waiting so long.
That'll be 3,000 credits.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Wait, hold
Oh,
on.
yes.
Oh, I think
Mott,
Keenan's
Mott,
got it.
Yes. That is outrageous, especially for the time we had to wait. I will tell you what, though. I will give you 2,500 for all that.
Roll negotiation average.
I'm gonna flip one of these destiny points
Sure.
Please.
because I feel like I want to. Hey, there we go. Two success and
success.
2 advantages.
Nice.
Sure. So it kind of like does a little bit of calculating. 2,500 credits is acceptable.
Wonderful.
Oh, wait, hold on. Real quick, just for everyone else present, droid, you can kind of turn off your senses right now as I'm talking. Where's that money coming from? Just out of curiosity.
The money we just made.
What about my cut?
Your cut is this armor.
I'm sorry, the armor's for me?
Yes.
Can I try it on first?
Yeah. I think
So
it'll
I'll
go
say
great with
this
your trench
armor,
coat.
it actually like it kind of fits underneath your clothes, and it's relatively comfortable. It's kind of like almost like an undershirt, but it's padded to better absorb laser fire.
You noticed
Just
Shay is
buttons.
wearing the same kind of armor.
Yeah, wow, this this is great. This is really nice. Yeah, All right, yeah, we can go ahead and continue.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing.
Very well, Garg.
Great.
Thank you for
Shay
your
pulls out the
business.
credits and pays.
Thank you. Please come to the Neon's Edge armaments once again.
With those 2 advantages, can there be some other kind of little extra thing that he throws in?
He throws in an extra, like a double pack of stim packs.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
we take those. We kind of need them.
Who
Yeah, let's
doesn't have
throw one at a Wookiee.
Anybody?
I don't have one.
I do not have them.
The droid overhears you and says, "Would you like to buy more stim packs? I hear that you do not have any. You never know what
got
kind
a
of trouble
deal
you
on
will
them right now?
find."
Oh no, I've got some. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Thank you very much.
I mean, if he's having a deal on them, then maybe.
All right, what's the deal?
4 for 100.
That's not a deal.
That's the regular price.
Since you are so sly, I can part 4 for 90.
That is not a deal.
It's 10% off.
Barely.
It is 10% off.
It's exactly 10% off. That's not a deal. A deal is like 50% off.
Sorry, we cannot sell you items at 50% off.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I don't really need to buy more of these things. I don't really use them.
Yes. We're done here. Goodbye.
Yeah,
And
So
we're
where are
gonna
y'all, where are y'all
start,
trying to head after this?
I would like to just kind of start getting an idea of anywhere around here that might be a good cantina, might be a good gambling place, something like that.
I forgot to get a disguise kit,
Oh, yeah.
so we need to get one of those.
Trying to get back in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
would
I'm
would
just
the
like, oh, wait.
armament place have a disguise kit?
I'd go somewhere that
let
would.
me
Like,
check.
we're on the entertainment district. There's got to be a store around here that does.
While we're thinking of where to go, what exactly does the armor I now have do?
It gives you
2
2
soak.
soak.
Ooh, so okay.
It's
Make
here.
sure you
I
add
can
it up
show you
above.
exactly.
So you should go from 1 to 3 soak.
It's right there.
Yeah.
If it hasn't automatically done it for you.
Look at you, soaking all kinds of stuff now.
tell you what y'all's
maybe
do
not
as
that
well.
store would. That store probably wouldn't have one, but there's another store that probably would. There's like a security shop. This one's called Dave's Security Shop. But it's
I'll go-
DAVVS.
I'll go in and kind of like gesture to Keenan, like, you want to talk? You do the talkie.
Oh, very well.
See, this name makes sense.
So you walk inside, and there appears to be taller, gruffer human male who kind of has the puffy lip mustache, squirrel mustache. Welcome on into my shop. What could I get for you?
We are looking for some concealment kit, some kind of maybe disguise kit. Do you have anything of such in this shop?
Well, I think I have exactly what you're looking for. And he kind of reaches underneath his counter, and he kind of pulls out this little plastic bag that has some like sort of cloth on wrapping the outside of it. And there's some stuff, like you can see that there's stuff in the middle. 1 disguise kit right here for you.
And the price of this disguise kit?
Oh, let's see now. These run for about 100 credits, but seeing as y'all are new in here, I remember every face I ever see. Y'all are new here, and since it's your first time, I can part with this for about 80 credits.
80 credits.
You remember every face you've ever seen?
Every single one.
What's the ugliest?
Oh, there are no ugliest faces in my shop. Mine's the ugliest face.
Is he ugly?
No.
What is he?
You're not ugly, sir.
He just looks like just a regular, average, middle-aged man. I'm kind of imagining he almost looks like the dad from Cloudy with the Chance on Meatballs, just not the same personality.
Yeah, you're pretty ugly. I can see that.
Dang. I don't think you're ugly,
he's
sir.
human.
Do you think I'm ugly?
I mean, all humans are pretty ugly. Yeah, it's just kind of like, what
I'm
are your
not a
racial
human.
traits? Oh, that's right. No, you're pretty attractive.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, just not being human buffs you up by 5 points.
Oh, okay. Wait, isn't your friend human?
Who?
Never mind.
I don't have friends.
Never
So,
mind.
80 credits good for y'all?
That will suffice.
Pleasure doing business with you, he says as he exchanges the items.
Is there anything nearby? As we pay for it, grab it. Maybe he waits to wander away or something like that. Is there anything else just nearby on the counter?
On top of the counter, you see there's a pair of binders, and there is a comm jammer.
Anything small enough? Is the comm jammer a larger item?
No, it seems to be a handheld one.
Can I?
You're not exactly sure how powerful it is, but
Okay. Can I
pretty
attempt
small.
to just kind of swipe it as we're walking away?
sure. Do a skullduggery check. Make it average difficulty.
I also have a question. So,
Yeah.
you said binders like manacles?
Yeah.
Can I try to swipe those?
So you saw Keenan just swipe something off the counter, and you're like, "Hey, that seems like a good idea." And you kind of you see the binders, and you just
Nope.
try to swipe those. So also do an average skullduggery check. Okay, so Keenan, you rolled
Yeah.
0 successes and 1 advantage. You go to you reach for the comm jammer, and just as you're about to swipe it, like the guy turns around, and you like very quickly do the thing,
With
and
maybe
you
with that one
you manage to play
advantage.
it off without getting caught, but you were not
Yeah.
able to steal it.
Yeah, so I think that's the one advantage, right? Is the
Yep.
guy sees it, I kind of stop for a second, and with my one advantage, like, oh yeah, and how much was this?
That comm jammer is let's see, that runs for about 200 credits.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know. Thank you, and then I'll exit.
Yeah, I'd also
is
like
Mott
to exit.
still
I'm gonna be
trying
like,
to-
hey, thanks for your business. And I'm gonna take the manacles and leave.
He's like waving them.
So Mott he rolled 4 success, 1 advantage. He manages to take the binders and slip them into a pocket without being
And I'm
seen.
gonna look at you.
Yeah.
I want to look at you, Keenan, and be like, and that's how it's done.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Shay just looks between. I'm like, what just happened? Wait, what?
Now that the shopping spree is done. So what's y'all's plan of action next? Are y'all gonna try to like do the cantina thing? Or are you gonna try to go to the
Let's disguise ourselves and then find a cantina that works with that we know the Red Fang have like a presence.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
So do a hard underworld check.
What about streetwise?
That's true. I
To
could
try
do
to
streetwise.
try to find.
If you're trying to find it, I would say it's daunting streetwise.
Can we all be looking around, or is it just one person?
Everybody can either do a daunting streetwise or a hard
Not me.
knowledge underworld.
It's kind of equivalent for me, isn't it?
Oh wow, 2 successes and 4 threats, 1 failure, 2 threats.
Yikes.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh my
right?
gosh.
We're looking into a gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just call my boss? Can I just call him and be like, "Yo, you got any advice on
Mott's-
where to go?"
Mott's
Well,
got
okay,
it.
so you
Mott
rolled.
knows.
Hang on. So Shay, you rolled knowledge underworld.
Hey, Dak.
Your failure
Yeah, I did.
is you don't know where it is. Your advantage is you know that the Red Fang is not really. They're kind of more of a new player in this game. I was gonna say, Mott, you ask around, and people have told you that like they've noticed those pirates around somewhat recently, but as of like the last day or 2 or so, they've actually like nobody's seen them really. So Mott rolled streetwise 2 successes, 4 threats, and then Keenan 1 failure, 2 threats. Keenan's also trying to ask around. He's kind of getting somewhat of the same answer, but like the air down here is kind of humid somewhat, and it's starting to mess with his hair a little bit, and it's stressing him out. So take 2 strength.
Oh no, his hair. All
Two
right.
strain, you say?
Not Keenan's
Yeah.
hair.
There's another
Imagine if you were
idea.
covered in hair. Oh no.
There's another
I'd
idea.
like to relay the information real quick to everyone, just so you all know.
There's another idea. If we can't find a specific spot that they're in, we know that. Wait, they weren't the ones that attacked this other place.
No, that was the other ones.
Yeah, there's too many
That
gangs
was the
down
other
here.
ones.
Then again, Shay did work for them.
That's true. Let me.
Wait,
let
yeah,
me
hold on.
call-
Don't you know like where their employment office is or something?
Well, the place that I did work for them technically was one of their bases, I think. But showing up at their base might get us killed. But let me.
That's
hold
a
on.
lot of
Let me-
assumptions, Shay.
She's calling K-Dak.
Wait, hold on.
Yep.
Before you call anybody, can I just posit something to you? What if we go there, knock 2 human people-looking folk out, put you guys, you know, the 2 of us that look like humans, into their outfit? I mean, you all look the same anyway. I mean, aside from you, you've got like the things, the tails or whatever, but like...
Leku. And I don't look that human. I mean, I do body shape.
I mean,
I'm green.
yeah, but like, I mean, realistically, like, you're called a
They're like-
humanoid species.
She
So, like-
pokes Keenan. She's like, they're all like plushy and pink.
Yeah, no, I give you that. Yeah, I
Shay,
give you that.
Shay, where
Huh?
where is this Red Fang base?
It's not
That you did
far
work
from
for.
where we all ran into each other, actually.
Let's
That makes
take a walk
sense.
over there very carefully. Obviously, we're not going to go barge in right now, but Shay, let's just go
Okay.
take a look.
I also can just ask K-Dak
Should-
where he got the job from. If he met up with someone somewhere, or if they came to him.
Let's
Because
take
I
a look at the
originally
base
had to get the
Let's take a
jobs.
look. Let's
Okay.
take a
Look
quick
at the
look.
base.
So are you calling K-Deck first, or are you
They
just
want to
gonna-
take a look.
okay?
Well, you totally
so y'all
can
are
if you
heading
want.
to the warehouse.
Yeah.
then?
This is your decision, but we're gonna take
Yeah.
a look.
Yeah, she's just following along. She's just going towards the warehouse.
So as you approach, it's still somewhat in the area of where there's occasional shops and neon lights and stuff. You kind of approach, and it's a really big. Shay, you remember the warehouse was located a little bit off the beaten path. It's just inside of a storage area for like big metal shipping containers. You guys like show up and peek, and it is unusually quiet.
They probably ditched it, to be fair. I wouldn't blame them. We could scavenge. I could scavenge. She just gets
Focus.
this like look in her
Yeah.
eye.
Shay, focus.
Huh?
So
What?
are you all gonna just you're gonna like, move
can I
any
roll?
around or?
Yeah, can I do a quick
here.
perception roll? Just
Yeah,
like
can
if
we
it's quiet, like
look and
does it look
see
like
and
there's-
listen?
yeah, like a lookout or anything?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, if so, you're gonna keep lookout.
I
Or,
want
No.
to look. I want to perceive. Like I
Perceive?
want
Yeah,
to
I
look
wanna-
around.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
want
gonna
to see
say
if I hear or see anything.
Yeah.
do an easy perception check.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
you don't see anybody at the moment. You kind of continue to look around, and you don't see any pirates anywhere.
Can I tell roughly how long it's been since they've been here? Like
it's
using that
been
triumph.
8 or 9 days.
Okay, so that's in line with what we've been told then.
You guys look around, and you peer into the warehouse.
Mhm.
And it seems to be the same as before, just without the tables and crates that you remember. And it appears the place has been cleared out. As you guys are looking around, you hear from behind you, "Hey, this area is restricted. You are trespassing. State your name and business." And you turn around to see a broad-shouldered woman with a blonde ponytail, wearing a dirty tank top, cargo pants that cuff at the shin, and a blaster pointed in your direction. "Thieves and pirates think they can just come in here and steal from me. By the time they realize otherwise, they're already sinking into the river." And she flicks her blaster pistol in the direction of a sewage manhole between you and her. "I've reached my limit with pirates this week. So again, who are you? What are you doing here?"
I left something behind here. I did work for them. Didn't know they were pirates at the time. I was just seeing if it was still here. I didn't even know they weren't here. I didn't know this was your place. I'm sorry. Do you mind if I search real quick? That was a
There's
complete
nobody
lie, by
here.
the
We
way.
chased them out.
And is this your? Do you own this warehouse here?
And she kind of puts her blaster pistol away and kind of pulls out a flashlight and shines it kind of behind her shoulder upwards towards a sign. And it says Aurora Shipping and Freight, and clicks it off. "Name's Aurora, but you can call me Rory."
Rory, pleasure to meet you. We're just inspecting this area, possibly to buy, possibly to rent. Are you interested?
Your friend just said that you were here looking for the pirates.
No, I said I was here looking for my tools I left behind when the pirates were here.
She mentioned that this place was a place where she worked and it was available, and we just thought this might be a nice location to start some of our own shipping.
This business has been passed down in my family for 30 generations. Sorry, I'm not selling.
Well, that's fine. That's very fine, Rory. I can understand. I mean, sometimes it's tough down here in Coruscant, isn't it?
It's always tough, but you're down here long enough. Heck, when you're raised here, you learn to get by.
Exactly, right? When you were raised here, you
Can you do
start to
a
learn the ropes.
perception check? Sorry, not perception. Can you do a deception check, Keenan?
While they're having this conversation, be subtly looking around just to see if there was anything left behind or all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, sure. You can look around, and I'll let y'all can share the triumph. How about that for you? Mott and Shay can continue to look around. And Rory's like, "Fine, you can look around. Just don't touch anything that's not yours." Yeah, Keenan do deception versus vigilance is the anti-deception. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's going to be
yeah.
an average. Two
Nice.
successes and
Yeah.
two threats. Okay,
And
so
that's why we let him lie.
Rory just kind of like looks at you, kind of confused a bit. Like, I don't
Weird.
exactly believe that everything you're telling me is the truth. I do believe that y'all aren't actually here to cause trouble.
Well, that's very correct, Rory. We didn't mean to trespass. We're very sorry.
While that's
Trouble's
going
not
on,
meant for you.
while that's going on, Mott and Shay are looking inside the warehouse, and they manage to find a note.
What's
And
it say on
it's
the note?
Pretty much, it communicates. It just has coordinates on it.
I typed them down in my data pad.
I
Sure.
put it in my pocket.
Yeah, you put.
While I'm out with Rory, can those two threats, as I'm still talking with her, I'm really starting to try to lay on the charm, and
He's failing at flirting.
she is just not wanting it. Just not.
Right. Yep.
Not ready for it at all.
Not
Yeah.
ready.
She wasn't
On
ready.
her.
Yeah.
It's her fault.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you put the coordinates in to the data pad and you kind of search, do like a search for where it is. And it appears to be an Old Republic era ship repair depot and junkyard.
I show Mott.
But it's on the floor. It's on the floor y'all are on. It's just far away.
I think we know where we're going next.
Yeah, I think that it looks like they've been moving around maybe.
We still don't have a subtle way of showing up to them, but I guess we could go scope it out.
I mean, we just walk over there, whatever.
It seems to be very far. Like it is very far away. So you guys won't be able to walk there.
I mean, we only like take a tran car or
Taxi.
something.
As they're leaving, though, Shay does walk past Keenan and go, "All right, lover boy, let's go."
Ignore her. She
where y'all
doesn't know
headed
what
now?
she's talking about.
Yeah, where y'all headed?
Not here,
Out.
that's where.
Out.
To
Okay.
are we going to the other place?
But
Yeah.
this is Rory asking, so we're not telling her.
Right.
Yes, I guess, Rory, we're off to find another place if you're not willing to sell and willing to let us be here. I guess we need to find another place. But here's my number. And Keenan hands over some kind of comm number.
And she kind of just looks like charmed.
I-
And kind of like
you can.
crumples it up in her
use-
hand and like throws it down the sewer.
Whoops.
drain.
Look,
You
Look,
drop
if
that.
you
You
have-
drop that. Here's my number again.
if you
And she
have
kind of
issues
just like
with those,
turns and walks away.
Rory, if you have issues with those pirates again, you can let us know. We'll give you a hand. We have a little beef ourselves.
I'd like to like walk up next to Keenan as we're leaving and be like, "Hey, so as far as like human mating rituals go, is that successful, or you think she's gonna give you a call?"
And he just kind of looks over at Mott and says, "I don't want to talk about it right now."
Shay walks past and goes, No, she's not calling him," and keeps walking.
Yeah.
I thought she was nice.
As you guys are walking out, you're kind of doing more research into this shipyard. It appears to be several thousand kilometers away or miles, where you
Oh,
prefer. However, upon digging, I need you to do a, I would say knowledge lore check, but you can add 2 boost die because you have your handy dandy data pad that may have some information. And I'm going to say it's hard. So Shay rolled 3 success, 2 advantage on that knowledge lore check. So on the data pad, you were able to find a old light rail train station exists that used to carry workers from the main living district area way out to the Old Republic Shipyard. It seems to be kind of on the this is kind of like on the fringe of town, a couple miles outside of town, but you could maybe find like a taxi or something that could take you out there.
I've got an idea if you guys are willing to go along with it. Because where we're going is quite a ways away. But there's this old station that used to get workers there a lot faster. I don't know if it's still running. I really don't think it is. But I might be able to get us there if I can find an old cart or train.
Yeah, sure. I mean, whatever we gotta do to figure out who this pirate guy is.
We'll get a taxi from here to there, and then and then we'll figure out what we can do there.
All right.
If nothing else, it might be more direct route, even if we have to, we'll figure it out. We'll get there. Let's hail a taxi.
Yeah, I see no reason not to.
So you hail a taxi. It kind of drives over, and the door kind of slides open, and everybody is able to step inside.
We all fit in one taxi?
Yeah, it's kind of
It's a big
it's a decent
Is
size.
the big open one or like
Yeah, it's a little bit big in the back. Yeah. All right, where are y'all headed?
I explained the old train station sort of thing.
Train station. I've never heard of an old train. Oh, hey Shay. Don't you remember? It's me, Bogsley. We went on
Hi.
a date like 6 months ago.
Oh right,
You never called him
Bogsley.
back. He was a bit weird.
It was a weird one. Yeah, it's great to see you again.
Why are you going to this train station? You going to meet a guy or something?
No, I got
I think
plenty of
she-
those.
She's found a couple guys, honey.
I can
Just
see that.
drive.
Okay, I won't pry. I won't pry. I understand you're happy where you're at without me. And the rest of the drive is like 40 minutes of just silence.
She looks over at Keenan like, help me.
It's very quiet. The rest of the drive is very quiet. He's like, I maybe shouldn't make the Wookiee mad.
Yeah, don't make the Wookiee mad.
So he drops you off and kind of drives away, and a little bit of a quick hurry. The total charge ended up being about 50 credits because it's a bit of a drive.
I got it.
So you finally step out, and it's immediately apparent at how old this place is. You're not even sure if the train is in working condition. The train's severely dented, rusty, old tech, tarnished hull. The design is ancient. It looks like it probably hasn't been touched or run in maybe like 1,000 years. But the train has a cab and 4 passenger cars behind.
Is the cab big enough for all 4 of us?
Yeah, it's a big train.
Okay, I first go about...
Each passenger cabin probably holds like 20 people each. And the cab has, I'll say it has 4 seats, and it's kind of where the main control panel is. Like the cab is where like a conductor would be sitting.
Yeah, I go about detaching the cab from the other train parts first.
Okay. Do an easy mechanics check.
I'm like, wow, this place is impressive looking. That's pretty big.
What is this dump?
I've never seen so much rust in my life.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite kind of places.
Successes. Nice. So yeah, you managed to very easily detach the passenger cabins from the conductor cabin.
All
And
right.
I'll say you also, in the process, you found the main like mechanical area of the train that would be worked on. It's underneath a panel on the floor. And I'll say you're
Okay.
also able to get that open like pretty easily if you want to.
Nice. Okay, I will. I'm gonna see if I can get this to, run a little bit. And I just kind of I'm gonna tinker around, see if I can get it at least like powered up.
So you managed to crack open the main mechanical panel in the middle of the cab's floor and notice some of the wires and power converters are a bit corroded. The main power source is a very old style battery, which is depleted at the moment. If you wanted to get this train up and running, you'll either have to jerry rig it and jump start it or find some replacement parts.
I'm good at jerry rigging. I'm a jerry rig and try to jumpstart it, just like old mechanical things I used to mess with.
So it's going to be a daunting mechanics check, and you can add a boost die for the other 2 successes that you rolled previously.
Okay.
Like you've actually worked on maybe some modern versions of this style of train before.
Can I also use my toolkit to make it a little bit easier on myself?
So generally a toolkit's gonna like give you the ability to do so. I was kind of being nice last
Okay.
session with giving you the boost die to open the
That
safe.
works.
Uh,
Me asking, just trying. One failure.
One failure. Okay, so you try to get this thing running, and it just seems like there's no juice in this battery whatsoever. However, you look at it and you know that you would be able to fix this with like some right parts.
I'm a scavenger around the area. There's got to be even the other trains. There's got to be like a maintenance shed, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna use my scavenging skills. I'm gonna go digging through stuff.
I'm sorry, hold on.
And
Why are you walking away?
I'm looking for parts. It doesn't have all the parts it needs, and if I keep doing this, I'm gonna shock myself.
Wait, so this isn't a guarantee? We spent 50 credits to get out here for nothing?
I spent 50 credits to get us
Make
out
a
here.
hard mechanics check.
Yeah, schematics.
Also, I was gonna try to use Utini to help me on this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be a hard mechanics check, but because everything is so old, you're not as familiar with it. So add a setback, so you can remove that setback with Utini. 3 successes and an advantage. Great. Okay, so you manage to look around and you find a couple of older pieces of tech that maybe have some sort of electrical related things to them. You pull some new wires, you pull some new power converter, not new, but less corroded. And you even manage to find a spare battery, like still in its box, locked behind a pretty much like what used to be like a maintenance closet, like where maintenance workers would work out of kind of thing. And so back there, you managed to find all the parts. So now that
She
you
comes
have
walking
all the
out with,
parts,
all
one
this
more
crap
mechanics
in her
check.
arms.
Yeah, one more mechanics check, make it average.
All right. She looks real serious. This time she puts her goggles down and she gets in there and is all ready to go. And you're literally just waiting on her to get electrocuted.
So that's the thing? That's gonna work?
I'm just gonna, hopefully 0 successes, 2 advantages.
Oh my word.
I didn't think about the fact I should have used a destiny point, but I forgot about it till
it
now.
was-
Okay, it's okay.
It was an average difficulty. You shouldn't have needed it.
You would think.
So
Shay is
I'll
the
say
best
the
mechanic
the
at
two
bad
advantages-
rolls.
Yeah, the 2 advantages is you managed to find an old service droid as well. You remember
Okay.
seeing an old service droid somewhere inside the maintenance closet.
I've got an idea. I'm gonna go see if this droid will help.
It's actually
But
a pit
also-
droid. An old version of a pit droid.
Ooh, next time I try to jumpstart it, Ragro, will you give it a, like a push?
I can
jolt
push it.
Okay.
It's
Let
yeah.
me check with this droid real quick, because there's got to be something I'm missing. This stuff is old, okay? Don't look at me like that.
Shay, how long is this gonna take?
Hey.
It's taking a while now.
You hush. And she just goes to the
Hey, hush.
droid.
How
and
about
she
you,
tries
brought
to
me
like
out here.
So
tries
you,
to turn the droid.
yeah, you managed to turn the droid on, and it kind of just like the lights start blinking, and it maybe blinks for 5 times longer than like a modern droid would take to boot up.
Okay.
And eventually, like
Come on,
it
buddy, you
lights
got
up,
it.
and it doesn't even make noises. It just kind of like looks at you,
Fix it.
and it kind of just walks over.
She
to
speaks
the train.
binary if she needs to, by the way.
He kind of walks over to the train, sees the open panel, and the droid looks inside. He kind of reaches down. He has like kind of pincer round
Lego minifig hands.
pretty much, yeah. He kind of reaches down and he like kind of points. He kind of points at the wiring, and
Okay,
he
yeah.
swaps the colors of the wire around, and it's completely opposite to how they do it today. So like, you know, red wire goes in a certain way, black wire goes in a certain way. Back
She's just
then,
in there, this
apparently
makes
they
no
reversed
sense.
around.
Shay, why is there a service droid here doing what you were supposed to be doing?
You try using something that's like 1,000 years old.
The droid like walks over to Mott and like holds up its hand.
I don't know what you want.
He kind of
It
like
needs a
points.
tip.
He points at the fixed train, and he points his hand back up.
You said he did it. You owe him a tip.
A tip? No, I'm not gonna tip this thing. It's a service droid. The tips get out of here or I'll blow you up.
He kind of just like sadly
okay,
walks
buddy.
away.
Shay pets it on the head and is like, "It's okay, buddy. You did a good job.
It's a droid. What do you mean it did a good job?
You did a good job. You shush. You shush." Anyways, let's try to jump this bad boy. Ragro, you want to give it a push?
I will give it a push.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to do it again.
Do another average mechanics check. Add 2 boost die, 1 for the droid's help and 1 for Ragro's help. There we go.
Nice.
4 successes and 3
This-
advantage. So
if
the
this
train
somehow
immediately lights
wasn't
up,
it-
and you feel the floor lift up off the ground as it starts to hover in place above the track, slightly leaning like both ways for a minute. And the floor almost kind of like, it's a little bit more vibrate-y than some of the modern trains, but the front console comes to life with all manners of buttons and gauges, but one handle's right in the middle, which is labeled speed. The handle is in the center position, and we kind of can go up or down. I'm assuming you want to pull the lever or push the lever.
Yeah, I have a piloting skill, by the way. So if I need to use it, I got it.
Okay, this shouldn't require it.
Okay, good.
It literally just goes forward and
No
backward and
rules.
stays on a track, so there's no real driving involved. Just speed.
Cool. All right, but not
Yeah,
too
so
fast.
Ragro hops on the back as well, and then I guess Shay pushes
Yeah.
the lever forward.
All legs and arms in the vehicle, please.
Yes.
Are
Yeah,
we
as you
sure we
pull-
trust this thing, Shay?
No,
Like,
let's go.
This
Oh,
is,
dear.
this is definitely not the least rusty train.
I've got a bad feeling about this one.
As she pushes the lever, the train jerks and then slowly starts to gain speed down the track. You spot a map and a schedule close to the ceiling of the cab, and apparently it takes about 2.5 hours to reach the destination. And after about 5 minutes, the train reaches full speed of about 600 miles per hour, or just under 1,000 kilometers per hour for any of our non-American listeners out there.
And Shay is enjoying all of this. She doesn't care how far it takes. She's just like, wee.
Yep. Did the players want to do anything in this moment that y'all are traveling?
Yeah,
Or
why
do you
would
wanna-
like sitting here? I'm gonna look at Shay and be like, Shay, so that guy who drove us over here,
Oh, God. Yeah. What about him?
I'm just curious.
We went on one date. He was not great.
Seemed nice.
He wasn't.
Seemed quiet,
He was.
and uncomfortably so.
Yeah, it was a really awkward date. I was sitting there and I'd try to talk about something and he'd give me one word responses and I'd be like,
The
"Mhm."
one thing he opened up about, like, and then he wouldn't stop talking about was pod racing.
That's so
Yeah.
wizard.
He's really only into pod racing and he was wondering if I could help like upgrade stuff, and I'm not really like I mean, you can tell moving vehicles aren't really my thing. I'm more of a pew pew.
Yeah, no,
kind
I
of
noticed.
person. You're very helpful. Thank you.
Are you welcome?
I got it running, didn't I?
Yeah, no, you did great. You
Why
got
do I
that,
not
you got
believe
that
you?
droid up and running, that's for sure.
Anyways,
Are you gonna be
Yeah.
like this the entire time?
Yes. Yeah, he sees a weakness and he pounces.
anyways, she turns to Ragro and is like, "Thanks for the help again, buddy."
Don't mention it.
Are we there yet?
So as the train moves along, we're gonna take our little water and bathroom break here, just because I think this is probably close
Okay.
to a halfway point. We'll be right back after this message from RPG Sessions. Okay guys, we're on week 3. By now, I am sure you've already created your account at rpgsessions.com for completely free. I also know that by now you've already probably created your game table and your player characters based on the previous 2 weeks' guide. This week, I'm going to show you 2 really cool things that you can do in RPG sessions that you maybe didn't realize. And these are just 2 of the things that this site does that makes it by far the best for Star Wars RPG in my opinion. So to set up the first of the 2 features, you'll want to go into your game table, select a character, click the pencil button, add a modifier, attribute, select strain threshold, and what you can do is if it's obligation, set it to -1. If it's duty, set it to +1. Say -1, create. And now you have this really nifty little check mark thing here for reducing your strain threshold by 1 whenever obligations trigger. So that way you don't have to manually retype it in every single time it happens. And the second of the 2 really cool features is that you can actually pass dice to your party members. So let's say Keenan is attacking and he rolls 2 advantages. He can actually pass a boost die to Ragro. And then when Ragro goes to roll, he can actually add all the passed dice to his final dice. Just one more easy way to make sure players never forget to add the dice they need to add. I hope you found these tips helpful. Go give RPG Sessions a try at rpgsessions.com or use the link down in the description below. Let's get back to episode 3. Welcome back to Dark Underworld episode 3. Our players are riding along a train. Let's get back to it. So, nearing your destination, you hear an alarm blaring from the main console. As it is old, there are no indicators as to what this alarm is for besides a red blinking light next to a danger symbol. You look out the window to the side and see what looks like a large artificial ocean reservoir, which the tracks move over, but appear to have been eroded and destroyed over the middle of the reservoir, with the train speeding right towards it. And you have maybe like 45 seconds or so before the train reaches the destroyed tracks.
Shay?
Emergency brake. I'm gonna slow down as fast as possible, an emergency brake, and I say, hang on.
So you pull the emergency brake and it kind of rips out of the ceiling.
Oh gosh.
You can try to repair it.
Real quick, can I roll perception?
Well, what are you trying to perceive? Tell me what you're trying to do.
I'm looking for a flotation device.
There's no flotation device. It's a pretty small cabin.
Okay,
okay, so
there's nothing that looks like a seat cushion or something that like if we should crash and end up in like this water.
We're in the cabin, like we're in the front part. When you pull the brake, is it just like the handle breaks off and the cords are still there, or like?
So it pulled out of, there's now like a hole kind of in the ceiling where the cable, it's like a handle on a cord and the cord kind of just pulled out of the ceiling. But you could try to maybe like quickly take it all off with your fusion cutter, cut a hole open and...
Okay, I'm gonna do that as quick as possible, and if anything gets in my way, I'm just like, Ragro, grab this, hurry!
Yep.
And just like get him to rip the ceiling down.
Sure. So do a hard mechanics check, and you can add a boost die for Ragro helping with the process.
One
failure,
3
advantages.
advantages.
All gonna die.
Nah.
Is there a door? Can I keep the door open and just be hovering by the door?
Yeah. So Shay's trying to fix this thing, and at this
He has
point,
wings.
the train is nearing the water and starts to kind of like go over it. Still speeding along. A little bit late, you manage to actually like get the repair brake fixed, but it's not going to slow down enough before reaching the end of the tracks.
Okay,
At this point,
so-
you're now over water on both sides. Kind of towards getting to the end, it's maybe going like 40, 50 miles an hour instead of, like 600. Mott, I'll say another advantage is Mott was able to find, he got Ragro to rip off a seat cushion for him.
I'm just ripping
You
everything
can
off.
fly. I don't know what you're worried about.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know why I bothered. I was like, oh, I can just hover over the water. What was I thinking? This is their problem.
Shay's just like, all right, everybody out.
Train.
You realize how fast we're going?
It's like 30 miles per hour. Duck and roll. There's water below us. Shay is gonna try as she jumps out, because she's jumping. She told you to jump. She's jumping. She's gonna try to use her grappling hook from her belt and hook it onto the track so she doesn't fall.
So the water, it's kind of like really close to the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's not
Okay.
a long fall, then that's fine. Just jump into the water.
I need everybody but Mott
You know how-
to roll a resilience, average resilience check. Keenan, take 1 damage ignoring soak with your 1 threat. Shay, take 5 damage ignoring soak with your 1 failure. Ragro, he manages to actually not be that bad. He remembers a time during the Clone Wars on Kashyyyk where he had to jump out of moving things over the water all the time. So he's used to it.
All the time.
He's pretty easily able to get his bearings. In fact, you are also able to help the other. You're able to give a boost die to the other 2 for swimming. You're maybe half a mile from the shore. I'll say that.
Okay.
That's a distance to have to swim.
That's a little bit more
Right.
than 100.
There's also a buoy nearby. Pretty big buoy.
And I've got that seat cushion.
That you're holding in the air.
I'm like, hey, I don't know, what are you guys here? And I like toss it into the water.
The thing doesn't really float. It kind of does. You can take another boost. Anybody can take another boost die without.
I'll give it to Keenan. I'm paddling. I'm like, how strong are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
6. On a
I'm
scale of 1
around
to
a
6.
1.
Duly noted.
Why
I
do-
was gonna get you to drag me.
Why do you think I hang out with Ragro?
Yeah.
Just starts
Um,
going towards the buoy, I guess.
The buoy. Okay, then make a easy athletics check, and Keenan can add 1 boost die, and Shay can add 2 boost die. Nice.
Hey, come on.
Okay, well, I'll say with your advantage, you can also use the advantages of Shay and Ragro, and they kind of like
Pulling you.
your clothes aren't super great for swimming. They're kind of weighty.
There's a little
And
too
you're
much.
struggling a little bit more than maybe you would have otherwise in different clothing. But thankfully, Ragro and Shay are able to help you along.
Yeah.
Hoist
Like,
you up.
hey, Keenan,
Hoist
take the
by.
clothes off. Like, you might drown.
No.
He wants to die in style.
The robes
Mott,
are just
you wanna
all
pass
over
Mott
me.
to me?
Do an average perception check. Nice.
1 6
Okay,
guess.
so this buoy that you guys are on, it's circular. There's maybe a 2-foot flat area kind of close to the water that wraps all the way around the bottom. There's a middle section that kind of goes up, is actually about 3.5 to 4 feet wide. Mott is able to spot a hatch on top, but it's about 8 feet off it's like about 8 feet up, 8 or 9 feet up.
Can I get up there?
Mott can fly up there. Everybody else is going to have to make
Well-
an average athletics check.
Guess who's 7'4"?
You may,
He's outrageous.
Ragro may assist.
I have a grappling hook that I can use for my belt.
And also about this time, there's like things in the water that are water's rippling kind of towards your direction.
Oh, hey,
I have-
there's like a hatch
I have
up
this.
Here, guys.
Nate, does this help? I have like a Batman belt.
It might help, but like I think with Rago's help, everybody should be fine. It's not that tall. It's,
You like start to like pull it out, and Ragro's like, "I'm just gonna lift you up."
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
So honestly, I'm just gonna make Ragro do the Ragro. You can do the
Athletics.
average athletics check
Athletic
to just lift up.
average.
You're just lifting the other 2 people up pretty much, and then yourself.
Yep. Oh,
4 successes and a triumph. You
Nice.
don't even break a sweat. And you manage to do it
Why
pretty
did I-
quickly. And
why did I have to
Waste
waste
the
the triumph on that?
Well, it's not a waste.
That was
Let's make it something useful. It's a triumph.
Exactly.
yeah,
It is. It
Uh-huh.
is.
Okay.
Can I save
we
that
use
for later?
that
Can I save that triumph for later?
I'm okay with banking that triumph.
Okay, sounds good.
I love banking good stuff.
The
For a
hatch, is
better
it
time.
openable or is it rusted shut?
You can open it.
We
So you
open-
open it up, and it's there's a ladder that goes down. So and the buoy actually isn't like a buoy. It actually is like a structure. So it kind of looks like a buoy, but you know, when you were standing on it, it wasn't actually like wobbling on the water. And now it makes
Okay.
sense because it's a tunnel. It's a ladder in a tunnel that goes very deep down. There's no light though.
Anyone got a light?
Got a data pad. Gives off a little bit of light, but not enough to help here.
That's a token.
Not enough.
Yeah, look, I have a light too.
I have a
Yeah.
utility belt, and she's got like a toolkit. Between the two of us, surely we both have like one flashlight in our like box. You know, like our respective little supply
To be
pouch
fair,
area.
toolkit
Well,
would
you-
have a flashlight in it.
Okay, you know, fine. I can see the argument for that.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
not wasting my
give us
token
that
then.
destiny point back.
So you all head down this service tunnel, and you kind of get to the bottom, and it leads to at the bottom. It kind of drops down about 7 feet from the bottom of the ladder to the floor, because it's in the ceiling of this tunnel walkway.
Now the climbing cord helps.
Yeah, you can use that to get down without a check if you want. You all can.
Yep. I'll leave it up so the others can get down easily too.
As you reach below the water, there's kind of water on the concrete floor. It's actually concrete now, not even like Duracrete. It's old. So there's like water along the concrete floor, and it's very, what's the word? The smell. Like, if you think of like a long, damp,
Musky.
musky concrete walkway that's underneath this reservoir, and it kind of leads in two
Mildewy.
directions. The one direction that y'all came from, and the other direction where y'all were trying to go. I'm imagining that y'all remember the orientation.
I got
I
you.
would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I,
mean,
won't make y'all roll for that or anything.
Figure it
But
out.
yeah, y'all managed to travel. You walked for maybe like an hour and a half, or
Okay.
in Mott's case, flutter.
at like the 30-minute mark,
I'm like, wow, Shay, wow, this is great. I love this. What a nice train ride. You really did it. You got us there so safely.
She just turns, looks at him, and goes, "You can't complain. Your feet aren't wet."
Yeah, sure, I can flutter. I don't have to worry about wet feet. But it would be nice if I could see, I don't know, something other than tunnel.
I'm getting us there, aren't I? And technically, that train ride cut off a lot of time. It would have been like a day's walk otherwise.
Would it have been easier for you just to like swim to the to the shoreline? We don't even know this is going to some place that has like an outhatch.
There was bubbles in the water. There could have been things that were gonna eat us. Plus, you can't talk. You didn't have to swim it. That's a long distance.
Ragro, what do you think?
I think I am soaking wet. And do you know how long it's going to take this to dry out?
Keenan
Probably a while. I imagine you'll be a little smelly.
Keenan looks at Ragro and just kind of goes,
Probably.
that. And he's standing there still dripping with this heavy robe that's just soaked. His hair's just matted down.
Okay, Ragro has an excuse. He's got a lot of fur. You have your fancy robes on layers of fancy robes and even your fancy little scarf and what?
And
You know, it's a good point. How much did that cost you, Keenan? How much was all of that?
it was quite a bit. And
Yeah.
I think it fits me very well. I
Oh, you look great.
I don't think I'm going to part with it anytime soon, even if it is soaking wet right now and dragging me behind here.
Speaking of which, Shay just takes off her coat and ties it around her waist so that it's not on her shoulders because it's soggy.
Look, my point being, now I am dry and unhappy, and Keenan and Ragro are soaking wet and have to deal with whatever smell they're gonna come off for the next couple of hours. I don't know. I mean, like, Wookiee fur probably doesn't smell great after a while if it hasn't, properly dried in the sun.
Mott,
And
Mott,
I mean,
Mott,
have you looked
Mott,
at
Mott.
what Keenan is wearing? That probably is gonna stink up a bit in 45 minutes?
Mott,
What?
Okay.
do you want me to not help anymore?
I'm getting close.
I cut off a lot of 22 hours of walking.
Oh, that's assuming we're not walking for another 22 hours right now.
We won't know unless you shut up and
About
walk.
this time, you hear the scampering of something ahead in the tunnel.
Oh yay!
Of course.
I'm not gonna say it, or you can think
Of
it.
course.
Hand on vibro axe.
Blaster
Ready
out.
to, yeah.
Shay turns to him and goes, "Here, hold this," and hands him the light to Mott.
Like, I have a light. Oh, wait, hold on.
And actually, I'm going to say
do I have a
perception
light?
check. Everybody need to do a perception check. And I'm going to say it's average. There's a lot of talking going on.
We're all allowed to do the perception check?
Yes, this is everybody doing a passive perception check. If
Well.
you fail, I need you to do initiative with vigilance. If you pass, I need you to do a vigilance. Or I need to do initiative with cool. And
No,
if you have
I wanted to
fail.
What if I didn't fail, but I didn't succeed?
Well,
Can I
Mott
choose to fail
success,
and then
but he gets
roll
your
vigilance?
test. Oh, that's funny. So y'all have been walking in this very dark hallway for about an hour and a half, and it's starting to kind of get to y'all a little bit. So all the threats become strain here. The ruling still stands. If you notice, if you heard them coming, if you're on guard about it,
What is zero
cool.
success? Is that a failure?
Yes,
that is a failure too. So everybody roll initiative.
Nice. 3 success, 1 advantage, boys. We got this.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Very nice. Uh-oh.
What the heck is
Stop it.
that?
It's a womp rat.
2 successes.
Oh, thought it was a
It's-
scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I have no idea what it is. I
mean, if anybody wants to do as you shine the flashlight on it,
Ooh! Intelligence check. I want to know
Yeah.
if I've read a book about it.
xenology average.
No.
No.
You know what it's called, but you know
Wow.
literally nothing else about it.
It's 3 failures and 3 advantages for those listening.
It's a chomp rat.
That's a chomp rat. I don't know what they do, but it's a chomp rat.
It's a big green, mixture of hairy, mixture of scaly rat. It's kind of like a rat meets an alligator.
Oh,
kind of.
lovely.
Well, they're about to be chopped, rat.
Could
And then
I
Gregor
roll?
goes in.
Could I roll xenology on it, Nate, with a bonus dice, based upon my
'Cause now
my
he knows the name?
character's backstory, just from previous experiences? I don't know. I'm just just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, if you think your character has an actual chance of knowing what this is, you can do an average xenology check. Because you
Okay.
probably would have been exposed to weird like creatures and stuff that were somewhat local.
Keenan's like, no.
So average xenology.
I mean, Ragro just wants to swing a
yeah.
And he
swing an
succeeded
axe.
with half the amount of green with 1 success. So
Showing
Shay, I'm
me
assuming
up.
Shay is like, uh-oh. Like, you'll still tell him it's a chomp rat.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's a chomp rat. I don't know exactly what they are, but it's a chomp rat.
Mott,
It's about to be a chopped
Yeah,
rat.
Mott knows that they're kind of a
Yeah.
tough, a little bit larger, scaly rodent, and Mott knows that they typically are very territorial, very aggressive. They typically attack with their teeth, and they can inject 1 venomous bite, like in any given like short period of time.
All right, guys, just a heads up. These things are really nasty. I have had them bite me before. Do not let them bite you. They got some type of like venom thing. It stings. It is incredibly uncomfortable. They like to bite your nose. So just, well, I guess you guys don't really have as big schnozzers, but they tend to go for that on me. So yeah,
Chop them up. Got it.
Nice target.
Which player character would like to go first?
Ragro. Ragro is
Ragro,
stepping
sounds good.
forward.
And remember,
Ragro
Ragro, you need to
charging
be adding.
forward.
Forgot to mention this. You need to be adding threats to your checks.
Okay. Oh, okay. You know, I had. If it wasn't for the, that's fine.
It's fine.
I'm chopping. So that is 2 successes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
Yes.
So you managed to.
I keep forgetting to upgrade the dice. I
Is
get
that
to
12
upgrade
and
for
is that
free.
including the 2 soak? And the,
It
the
does pierce 2. It does pierce 2. No, it is not including the pierce 2.
You managed to just slice up one of the rats.
It's gone.
And you count, and there were a total of 6.
Okay.
And
so
they're
1 out of the
maybe
6 is
like
gone.
knee high in size.
Okay. So rodents of unusual size.
Slightly
I
smaller
don't
than that,
believe
but
it
yes,
exists.
they are unusual sizes.
Yes.
I'll go next. I'm gonna go pew pew. What range am I at?
It's going to be, if you're shooting at it, it's going to be at this point short range.
Okay, 1 success, 2 advantage.
Okay. So how much damage is that?
9. Yeah, 9. 2 advantages. Can we use the sound of the blaster to get the other ones, like either one of the next ones, like distracted or something?
You
Give it a
can,
setback die.
yeah. So okay, you can give them a setback dice
Yeah,
on their attack.
That's what I was trying to do.
One of the chomp rats is going to run up to Shay for shooting at one of their
Yeah.
other rat friendos, and they're going to take a bite at her.
Well, that's rude.
Adding a setback dice, and they're actually going. I'm going to upgrade one of their dice rolls.
That's gonna be great.
2 success, 1 advantage.
I'm not a big fan of that.
So it did not get the venomous thing off. However, it still does 9 damage with a pierce 1.
How much my soak takes that? Like,
2 soak.
does Pierce go through soak?
Pierce 2 or Pierce
Okay.
1 goes through 1 soak.
It's pierce 1, so you have 2. You have 2 soak, so that's
2
gonna be
soak.
7 damage.
Ooh.
So this rat jumps
Ooh.
up, take a critical injury. If you don't, you still have 1. So technically, the swimming would have been a lot harder. Take another critical injury plus 10.
And you don't need to add
The
10,
rat
it'll
kind
just-
of
it'll-
jumps
nope,
up on.
Nope. Yeah, it'll just calculate it. Yep.
Oh,
Ooh, fun.
Okay.
you rolled an 84 and then plus 10.
Oh,
So the rat managed to kind of jump up and bite Shay in the shoulder. Still recovering from some previous fights. Shay ends up being knocked on her back and is knocked unconscious.
Huh.
Which PC would like to go next?
Would you like to go, Jeff, or Sean?
I mean, you both get to go before the next.
I know.
Mott's response. I can't.
So
This is
where is everybody right now compared to where Keenan? Everybody started charging in.
So I imagine like kind of Ragro and Shay more at the front of this, with Mott kind of behind them in the middle with the flashlight, and then maybe you kind of bringing up the rear a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd be like right behind Shay. So like I imagine she was like right in front of me, got bit, dropped, and I'm like the flashlight just follows her down. Huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
So Shay and Ragro are both engaged with these two.
She's
not
no
with
longer
each other.
engaged with anything.
They are.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Shay's
it's
now-
more the
Shay's
rat is
now down.
engaged with Shay.
Oh gosh. Mott, if you got something you want to do, go for it. I gotta figure out what what to do
I should
here.
have worried about my own armor. Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I'd rather not use a frag grenade. But
So maybe next time,
I'd rather.
next time Shay and Ragro, we let our grenade guy go first.
yeah, I feel like
Hey,
this isn't really a great area for me. Like Ragro's up there.
This is a tunnel
You know
underneath
this
a
would be
giant
a great
water
time to have a gun.
reservoir.
That too.
One well-placed grenade could send a lot of water rushing in real quick.
Ooh,
Yeah, that might be problematic.
but we wouldn't have to
Yeah.
deal with
At your
these
feet.
rats anymore.
Okay, I'd be fine with a
Uh-huh.
different weapon. It doesn't have to be a gun. It's just
I mean, Mott could
Crossbow?
stick a
flamethrower.
stim pack in. Could use a stim pack on Shay because Shay has some in her
You
pockets.
could.
Oh, she
Yeah, but I
does.
mean,
Gun is
you
also
know,
on the
like,
ground
she
next
seems
to you right
fine
now.
Right now.
She seems fine. She only has 2 critical injuries. She
She's
seems
unconscious.
He's gonna throw the bola at the one on top of her and be like, hey, get off her! Get off her! What are you doing?" And he
Yeah.
doesn't really think that.
If
what
you
they're
want, you
doing
can
is
spin 2 maneuvers to give her a stim pack as well, if you want.
great. In addition, well, maybe.
Well, it only takes 2
He's
strain
not
to take the
thinking about
extra
it.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. He's like, she hasn't been super nice to him recently.
Oh,
He's
look
not
who's
sure.
talking.
Maybe. Can I make the
We'll
attack
see.
first and then
Yeah.
decide?
Yes.
Okay. What difficulty?
Easy, but you have to increase the difficulty. You have to do a difficulty upgrade because it's in engaged range with Shay. So it's 1 red, pretty much.
Hit Shay in the face with the
I,
bullet.
With, on top of the everything else.
I didn't roll.
Just roll the good dice. Roll the good dice. I'll calculate it. It's fine. 1 threat and for the red, and 2 success and 1 threat. Okay, so you are. I'm gonna say you were stressed out at this very enclosed space that's very dark, and now there's rats, and one of your comrades has been knocked out. Take 1 strain, but you do manage to hit the rat with the bola. One of the metal balls on the side whacks into it, and it kind of knocks it off Shay a little bit, but it lands on its feet, and it kind of like stops and like shakes for a second, but then gears up to look at you. Okay, so you have 2
Yeah,
maneuvers.
So I'll like kind of flutter down on top of her and like not on top of her, like right behind her, farther. Like so, she's still between me and the
rat.
The rat.
He's still
And I'll,
using
like,
my
do that,
body
like-
as a shield.
Yeah, take
Yeah,
2
I'm
strain,
gonna
take
use
the
the
extra maneuver, but
impact.
yes, but she's healed 5 health, and she immediately like wakes back up.
I saved you.
It's not the face I wanted to see when I woke up.
I saved you. Oh no. Oh no.
You know the thing you said about your nose earlier? It's really weird from this angle. I just thought I'd let you know.
People, there are rats attacking.
Keenan,
Yes. So
what are you doing?
So Keenan, this whole time has he's been complaining. It's like, I am wet, I'm miserable. You can't see anything. There's rats attacking us now. He draws his weapon for a maneuver, and I'm short range from where Ragro is. So I'm gonna start shooting at the rats since Mott's handling Shay. I'm gonna start shooting at the rats near Ragro. I'm thinking it's kind of dark right now, so I'm gonna just add a setback to my check, and I'm gonna spend one of those destiny points, and I'm gonna suffer 2 strain to give me yet another boost die as I aim. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. A.
Nice.
You take 5
1
advantages.
success, 5 advantages, so it crits.
Okay,
Wow.
so yeah, so that's gonna do
Which group are you shooting at? Are you shooting the one on Ragro or the one on?
the ones that are over by Ragro.
Shit.
That does 7 damage with a
Ragro,
pierce of 2.
You manage to blast 2 of the rats on Ragro, one of which dies. The other one is very injured,
Okay.
but it's still trying to press on.
And with those other 2 advantages, I am going to give a boost to Ragro as he's like chopping at him. I'm picking him off as best as I can to just make it an easier slice for him.
Sounds good. So
And all
boost
this while,
die
I'm like
to-
complaining. It's like, I'm wet, I'm miserable, these stupid rats, I don't belong here.
Shay is rolling her eyes from the ground.
So
I
the
saw
other
that,
rats
Shay.
are going to they're going to take a bite at a big Wookiee boy.
Ah.
No.
Aww.
0. Okay, so 1 success and 4 advantages. I'm gonna say
get sick, aren't
instead of dealing crit injury, spending its advantages on that. Well, 1. Okay, so it's going to deal 8 damage, ignoring 1 soak, and then going to spend 2 advantages to activate venomous. I need you to do a hard resilience check. So I'm upgrade with one of the negative dice up by 1.
I'm a brawny guy. I can be resilient. I can be as well.
Oh.
Ooh, 2 failures,
Yeah.
1 advantage.
Maybe not.
No, I
Can
don't
we
like
use a
that,
dusting
actually.
token to reroll?
So you are. It bites you and it makes you very angry, so you can add another boost die to your next attack. So that's 2 boost die.
Okay.
However, you are poisoned. So pretty much add 2 setback dice to your checks until you either get an antidote or until it wears off.
Love that. Thank you. Thank you.
So Ragnar is going to be
Curio.
kind of like dazed or drowsy, a little drowsy, feeling, a little woozy.
Ragnar, you didn't add my
this,
boost.
Like,
Or did you? No.
Oh,
wait,
No, that
you
wasn't
could've
an
used
attack.
boost
That was the
resilience to
resilience.
attack.
Oh, that was well.
that was.
Does
the
he get add that
resilience.
for that or?
But it is back to the top of the turn order. Ragro.
He'll have 2 on this attack. I'll go first if you want to let me, or you can go, Ragro.
I mean, I can smack this rat real
Go for
hard,
it.
real quick first.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna smack this rat, and I'm actually going to use one of the abilities that I took finally. I keep forgetting to upgrade one of my melee or brawl attack dice, because I can do that by suffering strain. We're rolling 3 successes, 3 advantages.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. You said there were 6
well,
before.
this one just died. I mean, it dies.
Okay.
So what do you want to spend your advantage on? Because there's nothing to crit.
So I
It's already just
can't. Yeah.
You could give 2
I'll
boost
take-
die to the next person that attacks.
Yeah, I'll give 2 boost die to the next person that
So
attacks.
you attacking,
It's very
you
inspiring.
killing the last of that one little group of rats.
It was like a.
It showed your teammates that they can in fact be killed. And they're bolstered.
there's-
They're bolstered just a
he
little bit.
slices it. He slices it and lets out a big Wookiee yell that
Echoes.
echoes in the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going next.
What's it sound
I
like?
know.
I know. The
They
audience
can also
is
take a
waiting
step.
for
They
me
can
to
also
do
take a
that.
step back as well.
I
So I'll say
cannot.
1 boost die to the next person who attacks, and they get 1 step back on their next attack.
Yeah.
Okay, I am Angie. Everything I do causes strain, and I am on the ground. She's going to pull out her fusion cutter because she's in engaged range now.
Yep.
So that's the maneuver. And then she's just gonna stab at the stupid rat that's next to her.
Go ahead
We'll
and
see.
roll and add 1
Technically,
strength.
that's a 1 action. There's 1 strain.
Average.
Use a destiny
and
point.
then
Yeah, I'm going to. For sure.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes, nice. Sweet.
Okay. This has stuff on it, but I can only use those with advantages, right?
Correct.
Well, the breach.
Oh, so I can't even like
breach one.
burn?
The breach one goes through 10 soak.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's just passive.
Breach 1,
So
burn
it
3,
purposely
sunder,
ignores
vicious
their-
3.
It ignores their soak.
Yeah.
And how much damage does it do? It's 5 plus 2.
It's
That's
5.
7 damage. So technically, there's kind of like there's a little group of 3 rats that are all right there, but one of them, jumped. The rest of the group of rats with it kind of grouped around it. You managed to
pretty
like
much me.
slice through 2 of them pretty quickly.
Nice.
The last rat is going to jump and make an attack at Keenan.
The loud one.
Right?
He's the loud one this time.
The loud one.
I mean, besides the Wookiee, but the Wookiee's
Yeah,
scary.
I was gonna say the Wookiee is
Nice.
yelling pretty. Oh, I
That
think
is 12
Oh, no,
damage,
I think-
ignoring 1 soak.
I think Keenan's going
So
down.
12 ignoring 1.
Almost. Not quite.
It's meeting you here.
Keenan has.
Gosh.
That's 10. Oh yeah, that's 10 damage.
Yeah,
he's not quite
It's
down.
10 damage.
So it manages to bite you like pretty good on your leg.
Keenan does
And it's going to also it's also going to inject a
Hey.
venomous.
Hey, wait a second, DM. Where's that setback die you said it was gonna have?
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you, Ragro.
Also, was that
Okay.
through
Okay,
soak? Because
sorry.
you have
Ken,
3
it
soak.
did- it
damage.
did
1 less
a
damage.
total of 9 damage.
Yeah.
Calculating everything.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was that with soak?
That's with the it would have
Yeah.
been 11 damage, ignoring 1 soak. But
Gotcha. Ooh, jeez. Okay.
it is going to inject you with a venomous bite. I need you to do a hard resilience check.
Okay. Hey, look at that.
Wow.
I don't
Somehow he
understand.
passed. That's great.
I don't.
Um,
There's something.
As it
for if you take another action while in this tunnel, that first action will have a setback dice, but then you'll 1 setback dice, but then you'll be cleared from it afterwards. you'll manage to like kind of shake it off.
Do a setback on my next check.
Correct.
Okay.
Whereas like with Ragro failed it, so Ragro has the effect. It's it's gonna last longer, and it's a little bit more detrimental.
Gotcha.
Actually, you know what? You did succeed it. I'm gonna say you feel woozy for like a couple seconds, but you managed to shake it off. Ignore the setback thing. I'll be nice, GM.
Oh, thank you.
PC number 3, Mott or Keenan. What would you like to do?
So I got this rat on me,
That's cool.
on my leg. I'm afraid to shoot at it. Keenan's kind of he's just kind of nutty right now. He's been taking too much of this whole area and everything like that. So he's just gonna start trying to shoot down at his leg with this thing on it.
Make a
Yeah.
It's make it easy.
Well, I'm thinking it's
But,
engaged. I mean, it's on his leg.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Make it engaged.
Yeah.
And because it's literally in your leg, add a setback dice.
Okay. Oh,
3 success, 1 advantage. How much
Alright.
damage is that?
so that will be 9 damage with a pierce of 2.
Okay, so you manage to shoot it. It falls off your leg. It is just barely hanging on, but it is still going.
Oh,
And yeah, I'm like swearing at it, and, you know, Griffin, dank, ferric, you know, all this kind of stuff right now. And I'm gonna maybe as I blast it off my leg, it falls right where Mott had dropped the flashlight, and so it's gonna give Mott a boost on whatever he does next.
That's the advantage. So,
Yes.
Mott, what do you do?
I use my skill that I have, my talent. I recently acquired the new ability to be able to quickly draw another bola, and I will chuck it at the one nearest to Mott.
the one.
The one left.
Yeah, the one nearest to Mott.
Go ahead and throw it,
Shay, you mean?
and let me know if it does at least.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
It's a great idea.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Let's just knock her back unconscious.
This is coming from Ragro, Shay, huh?
Oh, I didn't roll a...
Rude.
All right, so 3 successes, no advantages or
Yep.
threats.
Okay, so 3 success.
I think it's just dead.
That does like what? 8,
I hope it's
8
dead.
or 9 damage. Yeah.
With 3
okay.
successes, heck yeah.
You bonk it on the head, and it finally just collapses.
See, that's how it's done. And I go pick up my bolas.
Sounds good.
I'm grumbling as I sit up on the ground, and I'm just like, ow. Oh.
Look at my pant
I have to
leg.
use a gun, my butt.
My pant leg is torn up.
It would have
to
been
shreds.
better if you had a gun.
Yeah. His pant leg's torn up because of you. This is, look, I'm not blaming anybody, but Shay, look at Keenan.
Shay turns around, grabs her blaster rifle, and just points it at Mott and goes, "Stop talking."
Shay.
Yeah, I see how it is.
She just puts it down and just sits on the ground for a minute, and it's just like, I'm not moving for a couple of minutes. And one more word out of you, and you're gonna have a hole in your wing.
I don't like you.
That's okay. I don't like you either. I put up with you for him, and she points at Ragro.
What do you put up with me for him? You
I
met
said
him
what
a
I
week
said.
ago.
I said what I said.
So, as the group hobbles and continues down the corridor,
Could we do a
Maybe,
a strain relieving type of a check?
yes, you may. You may roll, what is it? It's cooler discipline.
Yeah.
Dealer's choice against 0 difficulty, and every success can heal you 1 strain.
No, just
Okay, so Keenan, you could just heal all your strain. He rolled a 1 success, 1 advantage, and a triumph.
Now I roll the triumph.
Mott, you can heal 3 strain, I'll say. Ragro, you can heal 2 strain.
okay.
Shay can heal 2 strain.
It's good because I need them to do anything right now.
Yeah.
How do we
It's kinda
fix
good.
her? How do we not have
No,
her?
the
doctor didn't work last time.
Ragro, the
gotta
repair
add a
should have
what-
had a threat on the end of it, but I
yes,
calculated
yes,
that into
yes.
it. Also, the 2 setback dice. Actually, roll 2 setback dice, and we're gonna have to throw
I
it
might
down.
have to
Oh my
spec
goodness.
Shay into some medic
Ugh.
stuff because this is bad. Though to be fair, I can't use it on
No.
myself, and I'm the
Dang
one that gets injured the
So,
most.
1 failure, 2 advantages. So only heal 1. Also, you can heal 1 strain.
Complaining over one strain.
Keenan's
What am I
gonna
doing?
stick a stim pack on his leg too to heal at least 5 wounds. I think he's down to 1 stim pack now.
You walk for maybe like 5 more minutes down the hallway with holding the flashlight, and you actually the end of the hallway is like right there. It's a ladder that goes up.
I guess we go up. Keenan will start grimacing a little bit
Hey.
as he hits his leg against the ladder a couple times.
Do you want to let?
Yes.
You want to let Ragro go?
No.
In case the roof is all right.
I go after Keenan.
So y'all head up the ladder.
I'm feeling a little out of it anyways. I don't want to fall on top of anyone.
Y'all climb up the ladder, and it leads into kind of a small room that has a door. The door does seem to be locked, but it's
I can fix
also not like, it's not a modern door like everything else recently. It's pretty old.
It's
I
locked
could-
from our side or the other side.
That's a good point. It's locked from your side.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So you manage to just
Oh.
click the door, a lock, and the door slides open.
I mean, unless it's like a lock.
Tried.
And it kind of leads out on the other side of the reservoir. You can see the trains actually like floating somewhere in the middle, like in between the two ends of the tracks that are broken. There's like a flotation device that was underneath the train. The cab kind of came out to salvage it.
Look at that. We probably could have rode over here and it would have been faster.
Points gun in his direction again.
Shay.
I'm sorry, what was
Shay.
that?
No,
Just
hold on.
Stop complaining, both of you.
But you can
pointing
see
guns at people.
you
Come
can
on.
see some lights over in the distance.
Ta-da, we made it.
I'm sorry. What am I supposed to be looking at that we made it to?
So you
Oh,
kind of look
great.
where the tracks
We
are,
got
and
here.
if you kind of follow the tracks, you can kind of see some lights illuminating from behind. There's kind of like a wall. So the area you guys are in, it's a steep slanted wall that kind of goes along the edge of the reservoir. And then you guys are kind of close to water level, whereas the actual ground is maybe 12 feet up. But there's another ladder that you can kind of climb up.
Shay wants to get to like level where the tracks are and just start following the tracks.
Yeah, sure. So the tracks are also on the same level as y'all are. So if you walk over to the tracks, you can kind of walk along, and you manage to see maybe about a mile ahead the train station.
Yep, she's just hobbling that way.
You make it to the
She
To
wasn't
the-
waiting for the others, by the way. She's just going.
you make it to the train station or light rail, I should say, the light rail station. As you approach, you can see the Old Republic ship repair / junkyard pretty close by. As you arrive, it really does seem more like a junkyard than a ship repair depot. Makes sense, as it's thousands of years old. There are very old and dilapidated capital ships and cruisers from the Old Republic era, almost as far as the eye can see, still attached to old railings and support systems. That is all somehow still standing. The area can be traversed by bridging walkways between the ships with the occasional elevator to reach lower levels. It appears that this junkyard spans at least 2 or 3 Coruscant floor levels down, though the only lights in the junkyard area are a few dim bulbs lighting the walkways. But you can see floating in the air above in the distance, above some of the ships, are a few modern-looking freighters and cruisers on which you can barely make out the Red Fang logo painted onto the ships.
Well, we're here.
Shay sits down in like the station area and is like, all right, Mr. Stealthy Flap Flap, you want to go see what's going on? You go for it. I'm going to sit right here. I am in pain.
I think we all probably need to rest for a little bit. Just regain our bearings and kind of reset after somebody drove us into the lake.
Do you have another stim pack?
I got one
it's tough
here.
to say.
Thanks. She takes Ragrose and just shink.
Heals for 4 health.
So we do need to refocus here. We do need to remember why we are here. We are here looking for a piece of paper, something that will
We're
give
looking
us.
for a guy that has a piece of paper.
Well, that would be fine if we find the piece of paper. That's even better.
Yes.
Yeah, on a ship full of pirates that we're gonna what? Just waltz into? Like, what are we doing?
We are trying to find this piece of paper. We don't know where it is, Shay. We don't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we need to be very careful as we move forward and keep quiet.
I imagine y'all are all just kind of sitting in the train station, or in the light
Mhm.
rail station. Kind of, you managed to find kind of an old like light switch that you managed to flick on, and there's some old, almost flickering, somehow still going, luminescent bulbs above that just kind of light the singular little area you guys are sitting on. There's a bench that doesn't even have a backing. It's just like the flat seat.
Does it look like
Are there any like other chairs?
There's just like a couple of those like flat benches.
Can I be like, hey Ragro, can you go ahead and just break some of these so we can make a small fire? Feel like you guys should probably warm up and dry off a little bit before we, start doing anything.
Does
Shay's just
Y'all
sprawl
are probably
out on
dry
one
at
of
this
them,
point
like,
as you were walking for like
yeah, an hour and a
that whole
half,
thing
2
was
hours.
like that whole thing was like 2 hours since y'all were in the water.
okay.
I mean,
He's a mop.
I'm a mop.
That's fair.
I'm a mop.
Does
He's probably soggy still, and Rogue Boy is
Maybe
probably
the
soggy.
outside fur is dry, but like the inner coat,
Fair. Fair.
does,
you know.
Shay's just sprawled out. She's not even helping. She's just like on one of the benches, just like
does this place look like it's patrolled at all? It's nearby to where they would have any kind of patrols
at
this
all.
way.
It looks like nobody's been here in a very long time.
Okay.
And I'll
Alright.
say, Keenan, with your past experience with the Red Fang, it seems like there is a larger group of ships here than you've ever seen, like, together in one place before.
What level are we at?
Normally, like, they don't have, like, more than 2 or 3 ships in one area, and there's maybe, like, 9 or 10
Oh wow. Okay.
here.
What level are we at right
So-
now?
You're still in 1350.
So all these ships down here, this low.
Yeah, it's a junkyard that pretty much ranges from, like, 1350 to 1347.
Okay.
And it's just like levels, and it's miles and miles and miles, like 100 miles wide.
And some of these ships are not junked though. They're the Red Fang ships that are in active use.
The Red Fang ships are kind of like they're floating above, they're flying pretty much above the top level of the junkyard ships.
Okay.
Like stationary.
Question: does it look like there's any kind of like closet and stuff that last time that she was digging through?
Yeah.
She's now thought about something and is gonna try to dig around to see if she can find like like the little mini patrol droids, kind of like the little thing that Leia has.
Yeah.
Something similar to that, like something that would work like that, or she can put together to make it work like that.
Mhm.
She's looking for stuff like that. And I'll use Utini again if I need to. Utini.
Yeah, you can scavenge for parts because you're trying to build a whole droid and everything is difficult and you're working with old tech. I'll say that it's hard mechanics and add 2 setback dice, but you can use Utini to remove 1.
She's not even looking to make like a full-on droid either. She's looking to
Right.
make something that she can use to kind of current age droid.
Yeah.
While she's doing
Okay.
that, I'm talking with Mott and Ragro. Wow. Look at all those
You
blanks.
succeed very well. You find all the parts. Besides the dingy exterior, like the interior is as nice as any modern droid would be.
Okay, so you just see her sitting there like tinkering with something. You guys don't know what she's doing. She just scavenged all this random parts and now she's sitting just on the ground, goggles on, just
And I'm talking to Mott and Ragro. Okay, we have our disguise kits. We could disguise ourselves a little bit. Maybe find a way into one of these. Maybe try to crack in. Maybe I don't know. I just.
Yeah, I mean, personal thoughts. You put me in like a tin bucket or something, and we'll just make it look like I'm a droid or something or other. And then you have like the 3 of you all look like you're pirates, and that's probably a pretty good disguise. You all look like normal pirate folk.
Yeah. Yes.
That's horrible. You guys are not very good at this.
Many Wookiees around these parts.
We'll just we'll just cover your whole body, head to toe, in like an outfit, so it looks like you're some type of one of those. I've seen those guys that walk around with like the full body coverings on them. I don't know what they call it, but like surely that's something you could be looking like.
I have an idea. She just holds up her hand and it has like a weird looking mini droid. Kind of looks dinky, but it's there.
What am I looking at?
What is that, Shay?
A scout droid.
No.
I can send it up and let it look ahead of us, and it's small enough that most people won't even notice it. I mean, it's not subtle. It's still gonna go whoosh 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 whoosh, but like at least we can see ahead of time.
That's better than
Yeah,
nothing.
so like how subtle is it?
She powers it up to see how much noise it makes. She's connected it to her data pad so that like she can.
It's like a little like drone.
It's a drone. That is Shay's whole thing. Creative use of crap. So she looks at it. She goes, "Hi, new friend. I need to name you. We'll name you Bumblebee. You're Bumblebee. Got it.
Bumblebee.
I need you to go scout up there and tell us what you see. Like, tell me every time you see a person and what they're doing and if they're making the same loops."
Okay. The droid goes and kind of like flies over towards pirate ships.
Great. So we just have to wait for it to come back in what, like an hour, 5 hours, like 2 days?
It'll
like,
talk
what
to
are we
me.
thinking?
You have to be quiet so I can hear it.
So
It'll tell
what is
me.
what do you want? What did you want the droid to do exactly again? You wanted to.
I just wanted to survey and like see how many pirates are up there, if they have like if they're like doing patrols, that sort of thing.
Right. So, it takes maybe like 30 minutes for the droid to actually reach the ship, but it lets you know, like it beeps that it arrived. So it flies kind of onto a ship.
She also
and-
didn't have to make it smart enough to talk because she speaks binary.
Right. I figured it was just like trilling and beeping at
Beep,
you.
beep.
On the ship, a lot of the pirates are sleeping at the moment.
Okay.
There are a few that are kind of awake and patrolling around, and kind of as it goes through rooms and leaves rooms, it kind of trills to you, communicating general like patterns of people walking and moving. It's just kind of overall getting kind of a layout of all the ships and stuff and kind of transmitting it back to you.
Well, if we're gonna try to sneak in, now would be a good time because a lot of them are asleep. I still don't know how good of an idea it is to sneak in all 4 of us. With the idea, I could possibly make some of us look piratey enough that they wouldn't notice who we are or why we're there. That does not include you two because I can't hide your fur and I can't hide your wings.
Hey, just put me in a tin can, it'll be fine. Don't think I look
not
like
how-
a droid.
No, I don't think you look like a droid.
I don't.
Oh yeah,
think
if you
that
put me in
works
a
either.
tin can, it'll look like I'm a droid. You've seen Astromechs.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's like the same thing.
Okay,
You just you're
keep
pulling
in
like a
mind,
garbage can over me or something.
how it's 10 miles away, and it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to walk 1 mile. So that's going to be about 200. That's about three. It's going to be about a 3.5 hour walk if you were
Yeah.
to walk there.
So, what is our goal here? Because even if Keenan and I are able to make ourselves look like pirates and walk all the way over there and get onto the ship, and even if we happen to find the piece of paper, we have to then get off the ship without being noticed, come back all the way over here, all of this without being noticed.
So, just out of curiosity, is there a reason why your droid can't just like find the piece of paper?
It doesn't know what it's looking for. I can try to
All
get
right,
it to
yeah,
look
that's-
for a piece of paper, but it's just going to bring us every piece of paper on the ship.
Yeah, no, we don't even know what the piece of paper looks like, really.
And Nate,
Exactly.
Nate, how many ships are there of these? Did you say?
There's about 10 ships,
Like
like 5 or 6
capital ship
medium to
size?
small size
Oh,
cruisers. No, there's like 5 to 6 like medium to small size cruisers that probably have, crews of like 50, and then there are maybe 3 or 4 ships that are smaller that maybe have like crews of 7 or 8, but those ships are probably empty at the moment as they're made. The crew members for those are probably on the bigger ships at the moment.
My advice is one of 2 things. We could leave this little tiny droid here. I could connect it to a power source so it doesn't die, and it can keep surveillance and just tell me if like the ships leave. We could go back and wait for my backup to come, or we could try to get an audience with the pirates, and Keenan and I could go in undercover. While we're doing that, you guys could be stealthy and try to look around, or you could just wait and see if we can bribe them for the page.
Here's an alternative question.
Okay.
How many crews are there? Yeah, like there's 10 ships or something, right? How
Yeah,
many
there's 10
crews
ships.
are... What?
Well, each ship has got to have at least one crew to run
Yeah,
it.
No, I mean, like, how many of them are connected? Like, they're not all part of the same crew. Like, they're not all under the same captain right now. This is a little odd. Like,
I mean,
how
we
many
probably have an
captains?
overarching
crews?
captain.
Can you have your, like, robot check it out, though, and, like, see?
Yeah.
Because if there's different ones, that means there's got to be animosity. And if there's animosity, we will have success. That's how life works. Animosity breeds success.
You'll have to wait for it to come back because it can talk to me, but I can't talk to it until it's back in person. So you got to wait for it to fly back.
Yeah, I mean, it took 30 minutes for it to get out there, right?
Yeah, so it's going to take 30 minutes for it to get back, and then I got to send it back out again.
It's maybe been trilling information over the past hour about like what it's finding and
Yeah.
the layouts of certain things.
You're in no position to move up there anyway. Like, to be quite
Yeah.
frank, neither of these
No, I
two.
agree.
They're still kind of damp. We let everybody rest. We watch. We take the day. We observe. We are the smarter individuals. These are pirates we're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. We'll go in. We'll figure out what the real problem is, and then we will send you, and we will send Keenan, and potentially me and the big guy. and we'll deal with it, right? If it's clear enough that they've got themselves like 4 or 5 captains and they're all here for the same purpose, great. If it's only 2 or 3, also great. We figure out where there's issues, where the heads are button, and we show up, and we always are part of a different crew. And then we sneak our way into whoever took the page, and we murk them, grab the page, and get out. Maybe we don't murk them, but we get the page and get out.
Very elaborate plan with a lot of information we don't have.
Very simple. All we gotta do. What do you mean no? It is find out from the robot if there are multiple crews. If yes,
everybody make an average perception check real quick. Remember,
dear.
Ragro to add 2 setbacks and a threat.
Yeah. I got it.
1 failure and 5 advantages. I am mid-sentence.
1 failure, 1 advantage.
1 failure, 1 advantage.
Our argument is
Somehow, against all odds, I have 1 success and 1 threat.
Okay.
I use
The
my advantage to cover
poison's
his
really
threat?
starting to kind of like take its toll on you, take a strain. I will say what happens, and then y'all can decide how to use your advantage from there. Ragro, he's kind of sitting there. Is there an actual fire, or are y'all just kind of like air drying?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah. There's no reason not to.
We
Oh, wait, we
okay,
have a fire?
The reason not to maybe is because the area is
Smoke.
pretty dark. There's not a whole lot
But we
of light.
put lights on in the building.
So it's
They're little
it's more of
flickeries.
like an open station area. So
Okay.
like the lights exposed to the outside. You turn the lights on. However, like there's almost no lights between you and the pirate ships. It's pretty dark all around. Like imagine if you're at a
Okay.
train station at midnight with like minimal lights. You see
But this
some
isn't
lights
like an
coming from their
inside- like,
ships.
there's no building here. Like I'm a bit confused on that front.
There's not really a building. There's like a small area of
Ruins.
this
It's like a
train
depot.
station that has like maybe a really
Gotcha.
small office, like a few feet by a few feet, and then next to it like a maintenance closet that's also maybe like 6 by 4 feet.
I think
Okay.
part of my
Yeah,
initial
I misunderstood.
part of my initial question about, is this area patrolled? If we did a fire,
Right.
if it would be seen, then I would say no, let's not do a fire. We don't want to be seen,
Right.
over
I would
here.
say that
Yeah.
like lights on aren't necessarily suspicious.
Yeah.
A fire being built
Yeah.
can be, I mean, if somebody sees a fire, they're going to want to check it out.
Yeah.
So a fire would be very visible, whereas the lights are, lights are on all the time everywhere.
It's also the fact that we're in an area where, like, okay, if the power blinks in and out, like that's normal. But like
Right.
someone starting a fire has to start a fire, and you have to find things that are burnable. Which there's a lot of metal, but not a lot of wood. So
Well, I mean, we found the chairs.
that's true.
Benches. I don't know if I
Yeah.
said they were made of wood.
You didn't.
I said they're flat.
No. Oh, I thought you said they were like benches.
They
Yeah,
are,
they're like
but that doesn't
they're flat. They're
necessarily
like
mean-
flat benches that have no
That's
back.
true. That's
like-
true.
But
You didn't really describe much past that.
I didn't just. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's metal.
My bad.
As
my
with
bad.
everything else. But Ragro, you manage to see another ship, a larger cruiser, kind of flying over the water towards the pirates.
So towards the other like armada at this point.
Yeah, and it looks to be probably part of the pirates' crew.
Okay. Yeah, he'll kind of like grunt and point at it as it like is flying
And
towards.
as it starts getting closer, you kind of hear the like, and it's like getting louder and louder as it's flying closer. I doubt that noise was actually any good.
Let's
But-
take cover. If he points it out, then I'm just like, let's take cover, get out of the light, get below something, hide.
Are y'all gonna turn off the light?
Could we use
Or leave it
I
on?
don't
Oh,
have
okay.
the
Okay,
time.
real quick. If this is where it was, I'd have rather just never turned on the light. If that was the case, that like,
yeah, if it
Okay,
was dark
yeah, that's
around us,
fine.
I wouldn't have turned the light on.
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
because we don't want
Sorry,
to
that's
be.
my
'cause,
bad for
like-
not. That's my fault for not
Yeah.
Yeah.
further elaborating how dark it was.
We did.
yeah, I thought it
I-
was inside of a building, and it was like, oh
Right,
well,
Con.
we're in like rooms in the building, like yeah, like nobody's
Got
gonna
it.
see
No, it's kind of
anything.
like an open. It's more of an open station where like workers would maybe be dropped off to work. So
Yeah.
like
It's a
they
bus
wouldn't
stop
like,
more
stand
than a
around
train
there. They
station.
would- yeah.
Okay, no
So
lights.
there were like there were
we're
maybe
ducking
there were
behind
buildings
things.
there were buildings at the other location, but this is literally kind of like just the drop off area.
The end of the line.
I'll try to do better about being more detailed with my descriptions.
That's okay. Well, yes,
But-
thank you.
No, it's
That's
fine.
okay.
It's easy to misunderstand.
Y'all managed to. Well, they won't really be able to see you at all then if it's just dark.
Okay.
You turn off the
Still
flashlight.
staying low.
You
Yeah.
turn off the flashlight. And the ship gets actually pretty loud as it flies pretty much right over you and goes and kind of slows down and comes to a halt near the other ships.
I realized I was trying to plug my ears, but I have little cones, so I had to.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Shay, maybe use your grappling hook and just,
Great idea. Nothing can go wrong with that.
That's how I die.
Yeah. About this time, Bumblebee is returning, I'll say,
Hey, buddy. Do you want me to send it back with another mission?
if you want.
I think it would be far more valuable for us to understand where our enemies are at, right? That's 11 ships over there now.
That's a lot of pirates.
To know your enemy.
Well, I can
Yeah,
also
a lot of
ask it because it was jumping around. Like, did you notice that there are a bunch of different crews, or are they all like in unison with each other?
It beeps and chirps, letting you know that it's mostly a bunch of different crews, but they have like one main captain. However, they have like quartermasters that oversee various crews underneath him.
So there's a line of hierarchy. They've got like a big
Yeah.
guy, and they got the littler guys, and then they got the little guys.
Yeah,
Pretty much,
that's
yeah.
pretty standard in like gangs and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
is there?
Yeah, Keenan, you would know
Any
that there's pretty
particular-
much like 4 levels to it. Like the bottom level of the pirates, which is kind of what you have
The
experience
pirates.
with. And then there's kind of the officers, and then the quartermasters are the ones that oversee each individual ship underneath the flagship, and then the actual captain oversees the flagship.
Does it look like there's any particular uniform they're all adhering to, or is it just
They all
loosey-goosey?
have the same uniform.
That's odd for pirates, but okay.
I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's all generally, they all wear some like dark colored armor that have the Red Fang like skull with Fang's logo.
Theoretically, then, we should easily have a roughly not too difficult time finding a set of armor for each of us that they have to wear if we could sneak up onto the ships. That way, we could look like the base level guys and say we're underneath, whoever the people up top is, and freely look around and communicate and mingle.
I'm gonna ask Bumblebee. So how many of them are different races other than humans, or your base races? Were there any like Todarians, Wookiees, anything else?
It did not spot any Toydarians. There were a small handful of Wookiees, humans, Weequay, Twi'lek, Aqualish,
Okay.
So
a
That's
bunch
great.
of Rhodian.
that's great. That works out really well. We put like a big old stripe or something down like Ragro's like back or like hair or something. That way it looks different. And then you put me in a tin can and I'll just, get like little fake treads and scuttle along with you guys and chirp away. Nobody will know. I can do the whistle. I can do... It sounds good. Hold on. Can I roll like something to make the whistle sound that like R2-D2 makes?
Deception hard.
Also, we could go back, do a little more healing,
One advantage.
do a little more
You
planning.
can do it sometimes, but you're not very reliable with doing it.
So, all right, so I'll keep my mouth shut. I won't say anything. But
That'd
at
be
least
new.
we can like roll around.
We could go back. We could do a little more healing. We could do a little more setup. I could try to recreate what their outfits look like. I could try to make you some kind of droid looking thing with a little work. You would have to stay quiet.
Yeah,
and
I
then we
could do
could
that.
come back and try to do this. But we are not prepared enough to do this right now.
I just want to throw it out that we got lucky that we know that they were here and that they're still here. It is
That's why-
entirely possible they're all dipping out tomorrow.
That's why we leave Bumblebee to tell us if they move, and with the charge that I can leave her on, she could possibly track them.
Can
long
Bumblebee
as they don't
connect
go
and
too
relay
far.
that to you? Wait, hold on. How are we getting back?
I was figuring
How
that
are
out
we
in a
getting
little.
back?
Still figuring that out, okay?
If
No, hold, because now I feel as though the only way out is forward. We have to go up there. Now we have to steal like a little ship and get back
Yes.
out of here.
yes, if all these ships are down here, there has to be a way out. We could find some
I
small
could
one.
probably scavenge a ship from the junkyard and make it work.
What?
But we probably need to do that before we go in because we need an escape route.
I think the only escape route is forward. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we have an easy plan.
No, I
like,
think that's a forward
super
march
simple.
with. I think we have no escape route if we go forward. We have to find an escape route in our plan that is not a plan.
the escape route is taking what. Look. You don't have to say anything. If you keep your mouth shut, it'll be fine. We let Keenan speak. Keenan, you beautiful animal. Keenan, pretend to be a pirate.
Okay, wait, Mott, look.
Wait. Let him, Keenan. And I kind of
Let him
like
cook.
lightly caress his jacket like lapel. I'm like, Keenan, say something piratey.
Yo ho ho.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's perfect.
I'm not doubting Keenan's skill in this. I think he'd be great at it, to be honest. What I'm saying is, now we have the list of, we have to sneak onto their ship without being noticed, find outfits to wear that make us look like pirates and a droid, while we're on said ship without being noticed, find
Yep.
the page,
Shay,
get
do his
back off
xenology.
the ship. Okay,
Do his xenology
get
check.
back off the ship and have an escape route.
Easy.
2 success,
Okay.
2 advantage.
So y'all, I will say, y'all bought one disguise kit, so that's enough to like fully disguise one person. However, you know that
This is like
Aqualish is like not really close to a Toydarian, but you know you could potentially just try to disguise Mott as an Aqualish. Here, let me just throw a
Here's my
picture real quick if you're
mind.
not familiar. It's kind of the butt face looking.
Just roll it up.
Oh no, like you do the makeup so my nose looks like it's one of their like little like snout thing, like they're like little like
Tusks.
mandibles.
Breathable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Post a
None of the
picture.
humans will ever notice. They're all racist anyway. They don't think we look the same. What are they gonna do?
Shay, did Bumblebee find any small freighters?
I didn't ask it to look. I'd have to send it back up there. Did you see any while you were there, little buddy?
I didn't see any what? Sorry.
Small freighters.
Freighters.
Disgusting.
Just looks just like
Have to
Mott.
give him extra eyes.
Like Old Republic freighters?
No, just like YT 1300 or
Yeah,
just
I mean,
small,
yeah. So
small,
some of the
medium-sized
like there were
freighters.
like 3 or 4 freighters that were up there with the fleet.
I think it.
But like, see what I'm saying with like an Aqualish? Like your nose could be kind of disguised as.
I could see it. I could see it.
thing. Yeah, it's like you'd have to probably tie your wings like to be flat.
Like
against
I'm
your
also
back.
bald. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm also bald. It's perfect. Oh dear.
Have Shay create some
Look,
metal
yeah, but
legs
we
for
would-
you, so you can kind of have these stilts.
We
You
would
just-
have
you
to
just
go
be
in
short.
with our own
just
faces
be
that
short.
they've seen before.
Yeah, I'm just
No,
short.
no,
that's
It'd be a
all.
little deformed.
we get Shay make you some stilts, some metal leg stilts, and you kind of walk on those.
Yes. I've always wanted to be tall. I've always wanted to be tall. It's perfect. Shay, you are so capable.
Okay.
You are
But
so capable.
what is
you are
this?
strong and independent,
such
and I
a-
know you can do it. I believe in you.
I don't believe you for a minute. Anyways, so what I'm saying is, even if I could do this, and even if I could make you look like this, that still leaves both me and Keenan looking like ourselves,
I see.
and no way to change anything because we only have enough kit to fix you.
Put like a scarf over your faces. Nobody can tell the difference. Everyone, look.
Yeah,
You put a scarf over your
Keenan-
face, you'll look like a
Keenan
man.
takes that scarf that was around and pulls it up and just wraps it around his head back, so now all of his black hair that was just kind of covered is now pulled back. He's like, just need to find a new
Looks like a
robe.
babushka.
Who's that? That's not Keenan.
If I die because of you, I'm haunting you.
But if you leave here rich because of the treasure on that map, I think you should owe
I'd
us an
rather
apology.
survive.
Yeah, and half of your loot.
I would rather survive than be rich.
All right, that was admission of allowing us all to cut her out of the prize reward. Yes, everyone heard that.
I'm the one that got us here, and all I've gotten is
Oh
crap
my
for it.
All right, you got 3K.
No, we got 3K, and I used it to upgrade all of us. And I'm the one that even got us here without it taking an entire day, and all I got was crap for it.
You know
And
what,
now it's
Shay?
me to do all the work to make you look pretty so we can get on the pirate ship. And if we get caught, I'm probably going to die.
Shay, you're right, and I appreciate
Wow, wait. Say
all
that
of
again.
the work you are doing. I value you. You are a good person. And I'm so
Can I-
grateful for you. Can I roll deception?
Can I tell if he's deceiving me?
Yeah, you'll have to roll deception against her vigilance.
You're lucky. It's a pretty good, easy roll. Oh
Zero
my gosh.
success,
Oh, wow.
but I got an
Okay, so-
advantage to triumph.
Wow.
You got an advantage in triumph, so you're not able to. You don't convince her of your lie. However, how would you like to spend your triumph relating to
She
this?
knows I'm lying, But hopefully I am being sweet enough with my words to like butter her up that she's like, and this is on you. You don't have to take this as my triumph. I don't want to like force it on you. So
She's
please,
pretty done with your crap right now, just letting you know.
okay.
So good luck.
So maybe he picks up there's like a thing that you specifically want to hear him say that you'd be like, okay, fine.
Oh, she told you. She literally just said, repeat yourself.
Oh, was it the which part? I'm sorry. I was like,
I was
The
wrong, you were
line
right.
Compliments.
he's like,
No,
yeah.
no, no. It was right
Oh.
before that. He said, I was wrong, you were right. And then she said, wait, say that again. And he kept going and saying all his schmoozy stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I was wrong. You were right.
That feels nice to hear.
Good. See, we're all
I still don't
feeling
believe a
pretty
word
good
that
right
comes
now.
out of your mouth, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
plan.
We don't really have another plan
So-
we're agreeing on, so
So we're gonna wrap up with kind of solidifying this plan that y'all are about to do. So are you gonna just disguise a Mott and then head over?
we're gonna use the disguise kit on Mott, make him look like one of those alien thingies.
Aqualish?
Yes, the rest of us are just gonna use subtle disguises. So scarf on the face,
Yep.
bandana here, that sort of
Are you
thing.
gonna try
Anything
to
we can
like
do.
fix up a transport beforehand, or are you gonna
I
just
say we
get over there and
steal
try to steal
one.
something on their way out?
And then
I
we
I
agree.
think we're
I
gonna
like-
steal one
have our own ship.
I mean,
that has a logo of a pirate crew on the side of it and probably
Yeah, that's
tracking it.
probably-
And a little paint
I
won't
mean, we
fix.
could
Get
probably-
that.
Are you guys
Yeah.
gonna try to rest a little bit first?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay, great. So
it's
the
pain.
party, after a long and stressful day, are finally
Mhm.
going to try to pass out on the hard concrete.
I'm on a bench.
And go to sleep. In
Screw
the
you
morning,
guys.
ready to hatch their amazing new plan. Come back next week to see that. And the screen fades to black.
Good.
So we need really quickly. Who wants to do the
Almost died
obligation
again.
roll?
No, I'm not rolling.
The
I'll
obligation
roll. I'll roll.
Also, I love
Everybody
you,
can
Joe.
gain
Please
10 more,
don't think
10
I'm
more
mad at
XP.
you.
No, I don't.
Okay, good.
7. Hey, come back next week to
We
find out what
talked
that
ahead
means
of
too.
time.
Yeah.
But everybody
Good.
can
I rolled
gain
a
10
7.
XP. This episode was powered by RPG Sessions. Head to rpgsessions.com to try out their free and amazing virtual tabletop. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back with episode 2 next week. We will see you guys then. But until then, and as always, may the force be with you.